Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy Tuesday to everyone. I hope y'all had a good day. We're going to have a good week, okay? I was prepared today. I said, girl, you wasn't live on Monday, but I did review the Housewives of Atlanta. So even though I wasn't live on Monday, it was still new content put up on Monday. Did you watch it? Did you comment on it? Did you like it? Okay. We're also live on Sunday for good old time and whatnot. We're live on Friday. So again, whatever y'all have not watched, go watch it. I put thumbnails together. I put shows together for y'all. And we hit a date for these people. And I feel like I did a good job on the thumbnail. I do think it's a good thing for me or whatever. Okay, I had to get it together. Okay, I said, girl, can we do some whites and some silvers and some gold? Okay, and some black. Because I had many things to work with. So we got a good thumbnail, child. And that works for me, okay? Y'all know to please like the video, okay? Comment in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, okay? Like, subscribe, comment, all those things I ask y'all to do every single time, okay? And we're going to get to this. It's things to get into, okay? Get y'all a little snack, okay? Because I want to watch the Sharon Moore court sentencing today. I had to download it. I wanted to get into the Sharon Moore's sentencing. He down in the corner looking over because he's mad, looking over at white women and whatnot. I want to get into his sentencing here in Detroit. Was it in Detroit? No, girl, in Michigan. Okay, because that was something to get into. And whenever there's a time where people of a court case we can watch together, because we have not had a watch along in a while. Okay, we ain't had a watch along in a minute, so we're gonna watch along with Sharon and the judge and that and stuff. Okay, but I'm here. Hold on. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? How was everyone? Okay. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Your little sparkly thumbnail. Okay, thank y'all for being here. Thank you to the moderators, the members, the JayBirds, the subscribers, the strangers, the lovers, the haters, whoever you may be. Okay, if you're watching live or the replay, I appreciate you. Okay, I'm here. I could have canceled, but I didn't. I could have canceled, but I didn't. But this was funny though. So while I was watching the Sharon Moore, because Sharon Moore, who again was the Michigan coach, who was in his assistant, got caught, got fired, and went over to the house and got arrested or whatever. I was watching his sentencing that was supposed to start at 2 p.m., right? Because him said, hey, Sharon Moore gonna get sentenced at 2. I said, cool. So I'm watching. Okay, I'm listening. It's 2:05, it's 2:10, it's 2:15. I'm like, but it's 2:30. I'm like, hold up. Is this what I put people through? Because I have never waited for a live to start. And I'm like, if the live sentencing was supposed to be at 2 o'clock, why y'all didn't start until 2:45? I was sitting waiting and waiting and wait. I said, girl, you do that to JayBirds every day. You set a line for 9. You don't get there to 9:15, maybe 9:18. You can't be having people waiting for you. That's a rule. And I swear to God, I did not realize until today. Until today. I said, him, is this what I be doing to y'all? He said, well, not to me, because I don't be there. Because him don't pop in the beginning. Because, him got to go to work. So him be getting ready for bed or whatever. So I said, but for the folks that be waiting, I'm like, I got to stop doing that. So again, I'm going to have my lives always start at 9:15. Okay. And I can't be more than 3 minutes past 9:15. I was like, that is horrible. People just waiting in silence for like 10, 15. I said, but I never thought about that until today. So I could have canceled, but I didn't. And I said, girl, no, make it for 9:15 and get on in there. Okay, get on in there. So here we are. Okay. I was like, girl, what is you can't be having folks waiting and stuff. Anyway. Okay. Tequila. Oh, it's tequila, titties, and or tequila tacos and titties, okay? And whatnot. Okay. I'm like, yeah, girl, yeah. She great. So because my lives are later in the evening on a consistent basis, most other people in my life is getting ready for bed. Most people beside me is getting ready for bed. So that's why you don't really see, my mom and check that money because she got to work. I mean, I talked to her like 20 minutes ago, so she's fine. Hold on. I ain't with her. Like, mama, they asked about you, girl. What you doing, mama? But no, because it's late, mama be about to go to bed. Him pop in, but he's also getting ready for bed and for work. Hey, mama, girl, how you doing? I'm doing fine. What's up? They said, "What mama at Twin City? How she doing?" I said, "Let me FaceTime her." I said, "Well, first of all, I be live late, so y'all say hi to my mama." Join one of the lives and say hey to everybody. I'm like, if I'm live late, she be getting ready for work. It's nighttime. I'm like, she be going to bed. Him be going to bed. I'm like, I'm the only one up late at night, so it's just me. So that's all I wanted. Okay, go back to the now. See you later, take care. They say, hey, mama, we miss you. All right, love you. All right, love you too. Okay. So yeah, mama be chilling. Mama be at home. Before I pop on live, I talk to my mom because I know when she's a child in her pajamas chilling. It's sometimes it's true. Actually, my mom be cruising a lot. She on vacation, So sometimes because she's not home, I can't say, hey y'all, because she be on vacation, she on this cruise, on that cruise, on that vacation, and that. But sometimes it's that she's getting ready for bed. But sometimes she's on vacation and she's on a boat somewhere, living her best life. So yeah. Okay, but I had to call her real fast and say, hey mama, what you doing, girl? But I just talked to her. That's why she's like, I just talked to you. What do you want? Okay, but yeah, mama said, hey y'all. Mom said, hey. When I'm watching YouTube, yeah, I be like, child, you know what I'm saying? You off tomorrow. Congrats. What? I mean, I could take some days off, child. I be taking some days off. Okay. Don't you have to promise? No, I promise my lives will be set for 9:15 because that gives me time to get home, to relax, to chill out, nibble on a little food, look up for them, saying handle some things and things, and then have a little whew, versus getting home and trying to rush to get on, and then I'm like, oh my god, it's so much. So again, I'm going to have my lives always at 9:15. So then come 9:18 at the latest, I'm around here. Okay. I'm for real. I'm for real. Okay. Chilling. Full-fledged chilling in her bed, child, in her pajamas. Like, what you want, child? What you want? I didn't talk to you for 30 fucking minutes. What do you want now? So yeah, I'm the only, and even for Karla, Karla performs a lot. So when I'm on a live with y'all, Karla's somewhere singing because she's a singer, okay, and it just be me. And because I work later, I get off later. My lives are later, okay. Is a thumbnail? Yes, yes. If y'all see a live and it has a thumbnail, I'm gonna be live. Even if you see a live set up and it has a title, like with people's names, because sometimes I'll put a title in to the title of the video, but I may not feel like doing a thumbnail. If you see a title, meaning I have topics to discuss, I'm gonna be live. You may not get a thumbnail, but if it's 9 o'clock and it ain't no title and it ain't no thumbnail, I might cancel. Okay. But I try not to cancel like past 8 p.m. If I'm a cancel live, I know by 7:48. Okay. 7:48, I know it's a done deal. Okay. But if you see a live posted with a title to the video and a thumbnail, child, I'm gonna be here. The only way I won't be here is if again my power goes out, my internet goes out, and I can't come on live. But yeah, I'm trying. I feel like I'm getting back into consistency like I used to be. But when I first started YouTube, my job was different. I wasn't as okay, because I got my promotion and because I'm like running shit and running the whole department or whatever. I got a raise and all those things. I be busy, so I wasn't able to be as consistent as I used to be. But now because things are kind of leveled out, I'm getting stuff together. I can be more consistent with y'all. I'll be like, hey y'all, that's a live here. Hey y'all, it's a video up. Hey y'all, you know what I'm saying? I can be like, hey y'all, it's stuff to go watch and go look at. Go look at it. Okay. But on those days, child, it's been a long day at work. And I'd be like, man, it's 7:52. And you have not done thumbnail. And you have not looked at social media, but you set a live up, I'm gonna probably cancel it. But I'll post about a cancel on my timeline, and I'll say, hey, y'all, live cancel today. I'll see y'all tomorrow, or I'll just reschedule the shit y'all this fucking day. Okay. But yeah, we here to have a good time, okay, and whatnot. And let me get to share my screen so we can get to it. And then sometimes I also know, YouTube is a funny place because YouTube, sometimes don't tell folks I'm on. Cause I have went to my page before, because before I do a live, I go pull it up to be sure that one, the volume's working, child. You can see me, okay. And I go to my own page, and I'm like, I'm like, the live ain't even there. So even sometimes if you come to my page, you have to look for them. Like, YouTube is funny acting, okay. But we are here together as a family, a family. So yeah. Let me add the stuff, child. Okay. So I tried my best, okay, the best I could do to get this stuff in some kind of order. We only had a couple of random stories, and then we'll get into the Sharon Moore of it all, the court case, and then we'll get into the celebrities. But hold on, I seen somebody say, hold on, I'm meant to crack a joke about it. Yeah, we usually don't see white people. We usually don't have white people in it. I'm like, am I racist? No. The get you got to be the reason you don't stop. Look, you know what? I don't really be that into the Caucasian news, okay? You have to be a real celebrity with something going on for me to put you up on my thumbnail. I am, around here within the black delegation of things. So, usually we don't have many Caucasian people, okay? But today we got four. Okay, four Caucasian people on the thumbnail, child, because we got Katy Perry up there because she got accused of some sexual assaults. Okay, got Katy Perry up there, and then Ruby Rose, who was that? Like Ruby Rose, I know her because she played Batwoman. Or was it Batgirl? Batwoman, Batgirl. I don't know the Batgirl, Batwoman show that used to be on the TV thing before she quit. I know her from that. Okay, and she's the one who accused Katy Perry of touching her of some inappropriate sexual things. Okay, so again, that's the two white people right there. Okay, then we got Britney, DUI Rehab Spears on here. Okay, I had to put her in the middle. We're in the middle. Okay, and then, and then the bald head white man. You have to put the bald head white man who was accused of possibly killing the black girl. Okay, so yeah, sometimes, there are not many Caucasian people in my thumbnail because they don't be doing stuff I care about. They don't, but when they do, I put them. I put them on thumbnails. I do. I do. I'll be right here putting them on the thumbnail. Hey, I told them. I told them that when I was watching the Sharon, I was talking to him. So, child, anyway. I told them that when I was watching Sharon Moore, I told you that I didn't mean to have them waiting, and that you don't ever be watching the live of my last Thursday. You told me you don't be live either. I said anyway. But yeah, I told them I'm going to be better and whatnot. Y'all say hi to him. Him finna go to bed because he got to go to work too. So again, my mama be in the bed, sleep, child, when I'm on live, and so does him. I'm the only night out around here. Okay. Now if it's a weekend, you might catch my mama popping alive. You might catch him pop on alive. But him, he has responsibilities he has to do, and so does my mama. Okay. We definitely talk about the people. Look, all the Caucasianites in the random news, they just don't make it to something. Okay. Well, white people all over the thumbnail today. Okay. And it's creative with the white people. You know how hard it was to find a dress of Katy Perry that matched the black people? And then the white bald man in a little black suit, okay? And then Ruby Rose, okay? And then Britney Spears, child, I said I can find her in a dress and not her not looking crazy some damn where. Yeah, white people all white people all up in here, okay? We do Wonder Bread news, child, because that people be acting crazy. So she talk about that is kind of, not that. It's true. Okay. That's all. It's gonna be all black people, no white people in the thumbnail. I'm gonna be better, okay? Because sometimes the Caucasian people who I talk about, they're either not famous or I can't find a good picture. And sometimes they don't be matching the story. You know what I'm saying? They don't be matching the story. I probably discussed a white person with this one. They don't be matching the story. You know what I'm saying? The melanin be melanating. Okay. And then sometimes I just came with the white people in the thing. Okay. But I'm gonna do better, y'all. If we have a white person in the story, I'm gonna have a whole white section. I can't do that because it's integration. Okay, girl, I don't know. I watched like the first maybe 7 minutes of the first episode, and people keep telling me it's good. And I do have the first 3 episodes on my DVR. Maybe I'll try to watch them this weekend and see if I can get it. But I haven't been able to get into it yet. Because when I tried to watch the first episode, I was doing something else. I don't know. I was shy. I don't know what's going on. You know what I think it was? It was last week. I had a good morning, and I was trying to watch the rest of it. And I was distracted. I needed a nap and whatnot. I tried to watch The Young and the Restless for the first time. Couldn't get past the first, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all, let's do it. Okay. Scheming and scamming, scheming and scamming, scheming and scam. Okay, black people around here, stop scheming and scamming. A man arrested in a text scam posing at 36th District Court that stole victims' credit card information. I got a text today. That said, final notice, Michigan Secretary of State Violations Bureau. Our records indicate an unresolved traffic violation on your account. I'm like, my account? Which one account? This is your final reminder that payment has not been received by our department for a collection. If you do not make a payment by April 14th, which is today, you will an official violation record with the Secretary of State. We're gonna take your license. We're gonna revoke your. I'm like, bitch, I don't. So I responded back. I don't know if I can see this. I responded back with a middle finger and deuces. Because, bitch, who was y'all? I don't know y'all. I was like, girl, I was like, bitch. I was like, okay, get out my face. Because you just a scam. So I got that text today. And you know what I'm saying? But again, this man, okay, again, stealing the people's credit card information. And I think that's what they do. They will send you stuff to say, hey, you owe this, you owe that, make a payment. And you be dumb enough to make a payment. You know what I'm saying? Because it also had the text message to me, also had a little link. And I'm like, first of all, if you owe, I haven't gotten a ticket in a long time. It's been a whole while, but in Michigan, because I can only pick up in Detroit, Michigan, in the cities around here. If you get a ticket, they mail you a notice, even if you owe them money. You get mail. They mail it to you. Okay, they not texting you telling you, hey, if you don't, and again. This ain't say what the violation was, how much I owe, bitch. Who are you? I don't. And this is from a fucking from a 361 number. What 313 here? 313-248-586 is our main area code. So I'm like, ain't no 361 texting me about no fucking girl. Anyway, but okay, girl, let me focus. I got mad again. An arrest been made in connection to a fraudulent scam. Okay, involving people. A man posing at 36th District Court. Now, 36th District Court is the court down in Detroit. Police said the case began on March 5th, 2026, when an 83-year-old Canton resident reported her credit card had been used fraudulently at multiple retail locations across Detroit. Y'all, look. Y'all scamming and then shopping in the city. Okay. If let's say this determined, the victim got a text message claiming she had unpaid parking fines along with a fake summons that included a QR code for payment. After scanning the code and paying the supposed fines, her credit card information was compromised. Right. Girl, look, when I tell y'all, if I log in to pay my credit card, and if for some reason it say my password ain't accepted, but fraud, fraud, fraud. I don't trust glitches. So if anybody send me something, say, hey, yeah, pay this random fee to this random link, I'm not doing none of that. The older people don't know no better. Okay, the 85, the 83-year-old person ain't no shit. All they know is I owe something and let me pay it. Okay, authorities identified multiple people involved in the scheme. One suspect, 30-year-old Christopher Thomas of Clinton Township, was later located and arrested by Katy police. Wayne County Prosecutor's Office charged Thomas with ID theft and financial transaction device fraud, along with fourth offense. Oh, he's a fourth offense. He's a habitual offender. He's a habitual. Stupid. Okay. He was arraigned to give a $5,000 personal bond. Now, it does not say how much he got scammed for. Okay. But I need, tell your aunties, your grandmamas, your uncles, and all the old people in your life, hey, if you get a text saying you owe money to something, don't pay it. Call me. Okay? Let me come over to the house. Let me see the text. And let me handle it. Okay? First of all, where they even go? Where does an 83-year-old person go to owe some money to? Okay, how do me at 83 owe the court? The court for what? I ain't with the court for who? So don't fall for it. Again, I just had a fucking text today, bitch, and I just sent back. And when I sent the text back, they read it. Let me block it. Let me make sure I block this shit. They read that 535. They didn't respond though. Anyway. I just had to delete it and do that. But yeah, people be on some bullshit. Okay, so this little scamming little ninja, okay, with a lineup and locks. If you know him, punch him in his esophagus. Okay, because scamming old people is the worst ever. And be scam young people. Don't scam old people. That's just not right. Now this says a toxic woman gets in a tussle with her ex-boyfriend. Swung a hammer. Swings a hammer at his car, then gets another car and runs. Child, ran him over. Hold on.
Tells NBC 10 the 27-year-old woman behind the wheel is his ex-girlfriend. He says they were together for about 5 years. Surveillance video shows them talking, arguing, and wrestling to the ground after she slapped coffee out of his hands. What was she so upset about?
Well, we're going through some, we broke up, so when we broke up, I don't know, maybe she go through something.
Is he a scammer?
Things escalated when she got back into her Volkswagen Jetta and tried swinging a hammer at his car. She would drop it and Ilyas would grab it. The confrontation ended with the ex-girlfriend backing up and then driving right at Ilyas. Do you want to see her go to jail?
I don't really want to see her go to jail, to be honest.
Ilyas has forgiveness in his heart, but says he doesn't know if he'll ever come back to work. He tells NBC 10 the 27-year-old woman behind the wheel is his ex-girlfriend.
Hold on. So your 27-year-old, now he's 42. I'm not saying he's a scammer because he has an accent, okay? But y'all know them Nigerians be scamming, okay? Does he have a visa here? Okay, it reminds me of Michael and what's his name? Michael and Angela from the 90 Day Fiance thing. So 27-year-old Philadelphia woman, Imani Walker, okay, that's attempted murder. When you push hard on the accelerator, okay, when you push down when you put the pedal to the metal, bitch, she was trying to take him out. Okay. And that is insane. Okay. And also, this happened at the man's job. 42-year-old Mokhtar Elias was ran over at his job at the car wash. At the car wash, whoa, whoa, whoa. At the car wash, yeah. Okay. He worked at the car wash. So this 27-year-old lady came up to her 42-year-old boyfriend's job. And again, they was in 5 years. Hold on. I'm gonna do math, y'all. Because if he's 42, so she was 22, he was 37. Okay, they met because they dated for 5 years. If she's 27 and he's 42, 5 years ago, she was 22 and he was 37. Okay, some don't sound right. Some don't sound right. Okay, again, he had the job. He washing cars. Okay, wax on, wax off, spray the car. Okay. Surveillance video shows Walker and like the arguing. Okay, well, she got cough out his hand. Okay, they were then tussling, and I'm like, why no one broke the fighter? Elias then brought Walker to the ground and held her there while calling the police. Walker then later went to her car, drove toward. No, she absolutely, child.
Maybe she go through something.
Things escalated when she got back into her Volkswagen Jetta and tried swinging a hammer at his car. She would drop it and Elias would grab it. The confrontation ended with the ex-girl.
Child, she absolutely ran his
girlfriend backing up and then driving right at Elias.
Do you want to see her go to jail?
I don't really want to see her go to jail, to be honest.
Elias had.
He don't want to go. Is she the visa sponsor? Is she sponsoring him now? I don't want to go to jail. Why not? She tried to kill you. You know, if all she did was knock the 12 out of his hand and maybe hit the car with a hammer, maybe cool. Negro, she tried to kill you. Okay? She hit you with her car. It says the impact caused the crash and a fire. And she took the scene on foot. Bitch, why did I got a car? Maybe the car's on fire. Again, it's what the impact caused a fire and the crash, and she fled the scene on foot. Elias was later taken to the hospital and treated for neck and leg injuries. So you hurt too. You can't watch cars no more. You can't wax on, wax off with fucked up arms and legs and fucked up necks. Now she was arrested, charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, accident involving death or personal injury, possession of an instrument of crime, simple assault, reckless endangering other person, and criminal mischief. Okay, he said, I was scared. I was really scared, but he does not want her to go to jail. Nigga, what I say this all the time. The dick ain't never worth it. Okay, the dick ain't never worth it. And I've had good dick in my life. Okay, I don't care how good the penis, the mouth, the hands, whatever. Okay, I don't care how good the penetration, the oral, okay, the finger, whatever. I don't care how good it is. I don't care how much he make you climb walls and all that stuff. You is never worth going to that man's job at the car wash. No tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. Because my ex worked at the car wash. But we was in our 20s. He worked at a car wash on Hubble. I love getting my car washed for free, detail and all that. So I'm not knocking anyone who work at a car wash, but that's when I was probably 23, maybe. He may have been 25 at the time. So being 25, working at a car wash, 20 years ago, that's whatever. But if you 42 at the car wash with a 27-year-old girlfriend, you probably met at the car wash. And she tried to kill you at the car wash. It ain't worth it. And now she in jail. Okay. He got a fucked up leg and neck. He can't eat coochie right because his neck messed up. Okay. He can't bang right because his leg messed up. And then he like, I don't want to go to jail. Why not? They probably still live together. Or she may be the visa holder because I don't, was he from here? I don't know. But bitch, you are now in jail. Can you imagine attempted murder? You can't get penis in prison. Not no real dick. I need people to make better decisions. I do. The only time I can understand someone snapping is if it's maybe mid-pump. Okay? And your brain is so conjumbled, you're not thinking straight. You may like, oh, I gotta kill him, but you don't kill him. Okay? Just saying. But we have to make better decisions, y'all. The penis is never worth prison. And look, even the guards in prison probably don't have good dick because they fucking everybody. You know what I'm saying? The best sex is safe sex. Okay? You can't have safe sex in prison. I don't know anything. I got my car washed for free. All the time. Pop up, park, go sit on the inside, and leave it be. Okay. But again, this was 20 years ago. So I don't know what I don't even know what that man going through now in life. I don't know. But I dated somebody who worked at a car wash. But again, that was different. And yeah, I don't know why the child, if you try to kill me, jail, bitch. You have to go to jail. I seen this and I said, now what the fuck is this? I was so confused. A shirtless man tackles a mama outside the neighbor's house and starts singing. What song? Was it his mama? Okay, so it's his mama.
Police say this is Jaylee Johnson tackling his mother. Listen to what he told a neighbor.
My mother has dementia. She's having an episode.
He tried to talk to 911 himself.
My mother has dementia and she's not doing well. My neighbor's a little spooked out by it.
And then,
because nigga, why you naked? Why you in tight drawers? Why y'all both barefoot?
and this happens.
Hey! You just pulled my hair out!
And when police got there,
what's going on? Why are you being weird?
I'm being weird because I smoke weed and I'm still high.
then things escalated.
Hey, back up,
calm.
Johnson approaches the officer.
Sit down.
You tried to blind my light. You said calm. Ah!
Then the struggle.
You don't win.
From the dash cam, you can see another struggle on the ground. And after they put him in handcuffs,
we're going to put you in here, and if you sit here and you try to fight with us, we're going to force you in here.
and they do.
All right?
But he keeps fighting.
Get out.
Until the end. Until the end. Tonight, Johnson is charged with battery, false imprisonment, making threats. As for his mom, they found her inside that house and they have her evaluated. And police say this.
Even if your mama got dementia, Why did you tackle her like that?
Is Kima Johnson tackling his mother? Listen to what he told a neighbor.
My mother has dementia. She's having an episode.
He tried to talk to 911 himself.
My mother.
Then, nigga, you and your draw, your dick is loose. Get your dick away from me. Go on somewhere. Stand over there.
Has dementia and she's not doing well. My neighbor's a little spooked out by it.
And then this happens.
It looked like he then grabbed the neighbor and drugged the neighbor down the stairs.
Hey, you just pulled my hair out.
And when police got there,
What's going on? Why are you being weird?
I'm being weird because I smoke weed and I'm still high.
See, you can see him told me, he was like, if you do gummies, you can't do gummies if you go somewhere. You have to do gummies like the door. Because if you go outside, who knows what's gonna happen? I can't protect you. Okay. This is a prime example of you can't be smoking weed and getting high and not having someone make sure you don't go do some dumb shit.
then things escalated.
Hey, back up, bro.
Johnson approaches the officer.
Sit down.
You tried to blind my mind. You said calm.
And that's the proper time to use a taser. Okay. Bitty bitty bum bum. When someone is acting erratically and they're coming at you, taser instead of a gun. Okay? Yes, tater, girl.
Then a struggle.
I couldn't be no cop. You gotta fight with somebody in their drawers. They dick and balls is loose.
You don't win.
From the dash cam, you can see another struggle.
When I watch cop shows on Chicago PD, when Atwater and Voight and them, okay, be arresting folks, they be in good shape, child. They don't be rolling around. When I be watching Law and Order and the white man and the black man who are cops chase folks down the hallway, they be in good shape, child. Why the cops in real life? Anyway, I'm like, girl, what happened? Again, Kima Johnson, 31, shirtless, tackled his mama, okay? And he also pulled the neighbor by her hair. So I not snatched the neighbor's hair out. But this is also why I see some bullshit happening outside. I don't open my door. I look out my window. I call the police from the safety of my house. I'm not going outside to help nobody. Because I don't want me getting hurt trying to help you. But I can call 911 and try to get you some help. Okay. He's been held on $4,200 bond and charges of aggravated assault and false imprisonment. We should not make y'all act like that. And if you do, stop getting high. It ain't worth it. Okay. Crazy white woman. TikToker gets into it with a woman she accused of hitting her car. I may be effing crazy, but I'm not. Gotta see you next Tuesday.
It just hit me, y'all. This bitch just hit me. She was acting crazy. Cunt. You're fucking crazy.
I may be fucking crazy, but I'm not a cunt.
What? Is that a spatula?
Get in your goddamn car and drive.
No, you just fucking hit me.
No, I
you
did
just
not.
yes, you
Show
fucking
me where
that.
it is.
Yes,
Show
you
me.
just fucking hit
Show
me,
me.
bitch.
Show me where
Bitch,
it
you
is.
just hit me. Bitch, you just hit me. You.
There are a lot of people I'm not fussing with. One of the people I'm not fussing with is a bitch who get out her car with a spatula. Because why is a spatula in your front seat?
Oh, that's crazy ass white bitch.
Were you flipping burgers? Is it a hot plate up front?
Get your ass on.
And your music too loud. I blame you too.
Bitch just hit me, y'all. This bitch just hit me. She was acting crazy.
Cunt.
You're fucking crazy.
I may be fucking crazy, but I'm not a cunt. Get in your goddamn car and drive.
No, you just fucking hit me.
No, I
You
did
just
not.
yes, you
Show
fucking
me where
that.
it is.
Yes,
Show
you
me.
just fucking hit me,
Show me.
bitch.
Show me where
Bitch,
it
you
is.
just hit me. Bitch, you just hit me. You old ass crazy ass white bitch. Get your ass.
when a crazy white person hit a crazy black person, and the crazy white person has a spatula, and the crazy black person got a goddamn leopard print driver's, what's it called, steering wheel cover, just go home. What is wrong with people? Girl, stop fighting people. It's weird. When I seen this man imitating girl, bitch, none of my teachers ain't like this. I said, first of all, I have never seen someone imitate Trick Daddy so accurately. Bitch, I've been laughing all day at this, okay? Because that is exactly how Trick Daddy dollars be, okay? Belly and all, okay? And ain't nothing wrong with a man with a belly, okay? But Trick Daddy just look, Trick Daddy just look like he don't bathe right. I don't know what. It is not because he has a belly. There's something about Trick Daddy look like he probably didn't bathe correctly that day. And I know he has lupus, so he looked different. And I'm not blaming the lupus, but something about Trick Daddy dollars make me feel like if you come to my house, we can't have sex. I don't think you clean. So first of all, I need you to go take a shower. I need to see you wash your whole body, top to bottom, nooks and crannies. Okay? I just feel like Trick Daddy dollars penis smell like yesterday. And who want to suck yesterday's dick today? Don't nobody want to put yesterday's dick in their mouth today. And again, it has nothing to do with Trick not being a slim, trim, man. Okay? I like a man with some meat on his bones. Because I got meat on mine. Okay? But something about Trick that, I don't know. It may be how he talk, how he act. And I like me hood dude. I do. I like it. A little rough, too. Okay? But he looked like he don't wash properly. And it aggravates me because he talks so much shit about sex and whatnot. And I don't want anyone to think that the reason that some women don't find him attractive is because, he ain't skinny. He got a belly. Ain't nothing wrong with a baller belly. Rub it for luck. Okay, rub it for luck. Okay? I just want Trick to look like he clean. Okay? I don't. Trick catching the strays. Okay? Now, I want to get into Sharon Moore, mainly because I want us to have a little watch along. Okay? We have not done that in a while because everybody been on their best behavior. But I pulled up, okay, the Sharon Moore. Now, Sharon Moore was the mission coach who was married. Well, he is married. He is married. Has a whole wife. Okay. He has children with the wife. He was having an affair with his assistant and got caught, got fired, went to their house, got arrested. It was all over the news. Okay, it was all over the news. The girl name was Paige. He was Paige Shriver, who was the woman he was messing around with or whatever. And he had charges against him. And because, in my opinion, when black men be around here cheating on their wives, even though his wife was white, but around here cheating with these other little white women, and they lose their life in some kind of way, and it'd be all over. It was him. He was plastered everywhere when it first happened, and he was sentenced today. And the judge, the famous judge, if you ask me, Judge Simpson. Yeah, Judge Cedric Simpson. I like that he was very fair. Yes, the DoorDash, the Plan B DoorDasher. Because why would you DoorDash a Plan B pill? But I guess you can't send a Plan B pill to your house. Okay. But he was in court today. His wife was there too. He had a type. He absolutely had a type. I feel like the lady he cheated with is just a different version of his wife. Okay. But let's watch and discuss the court case, because what else we gonna do? And of course, I'm gonna walk in with my wife because I love her. I mean, I was cheating on her, but I love her. Okay, got my attorney present. I got all the white people behind me. Okay, I don't think we've heard from him at all this whole time. He did speak a little bit in the beginning.
I apologize. He has a short statement to make to the court, which he'll do now.
Your Honor, first of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
So
Now, why am I in it?
And you could have did it.
See how I get thrown in the
What was God at when you were cheating on your wife? When people want to thank God first at their sentencing, girl.
For his grace and guidance during this difficult time. I want to thank my beautiful wife, Kelly, for her support, her strength.
Because you have to be strong to want to support me. Okay, I love you, girl. I love you, wife.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's weird.
Now you want to thank me. Oh, now you want to speak up on me. And I'm the wife. To have to sit in court and smile as your husband is giving a testimony because he got caught at his mistress's house with butter knives and tears after getting fired for fucking her.
And standing by me, I want to thank this court and its staff for their time and consideration. I'm grateful to my attorney, Ellen Michaels, for her guidance. I've taken this process very seriously and worked closely with the probation department to prepare for today's sentencing. I'm ready to proceed. Thank you.
Now, Judge Simpson, we first met him because he's a judge here in Michigan. We first met him with the driver who wasn't supposed to be driving to court. It was on Zoom court driving or whatever. So he's a very fair judge. My nose is itchy. He's a very fair judge and whatnot. And the reason I wanted to fully get into the sentencing, I think people did not know some of the details and the evidence that changed the charges, that makes the mistress seem a bit sketchy. Okay. And I like that he pointed out all of the social media fodder about the situation and why we got to how we are. Okay. Yeah. I need somebody to get to wash his hair real good. Okay. Black men, I need y'all to not spray paint your scalps. Okay. It gets on our pillows. Okay. Well, not mine, because my pillows is clean. But when you spray paint your head, it gets on folks' pillows. I need y'all to deep wash y'all scalp, okay, and stuff. Now let's get into Judge Sampson's breakdown of the thing.
Purpose here of what the court's going to do.
He talked for a while. This is about 20 minutes, and I sped it up.
And what the court's not going to do. I want to make it very clear that the morality of what transpired, that's not something for the court to decide. I am not passing judgment on that course of conduct. I may have my own views on that, but I'm not here to pass judgment on it. That's way above, frankly, my pay grade.
Meaning, I'm not here to judge that man for cheating on his wife. Okay, I don't have no say so over him fucking that lady. Okay, that's up to Jesus and his wife and a divorce lawyer.
At some point regarding the conduct that is not before this court and the morality of it and the like is going to ultimately be left to this defendant and his God to make that determination, as well as the grace and forgiveness that might be bestowed upon him if deserving by his wife. But I want to make it clear that when the charges were filed, they were appropriate. But as with any case, as more facts become known and as more things happen, the facts and the analysis change.
Because they plastered that man's face. Listen, he on the thumbnail, child. He's on the thumbnail. They plastered Sharon Moore's face all over the news. His, arrest, his mug shot. The coach of the Michigan was out here stalking the assistant, domestic violence, breaking and entering, stalking. Again, it was all these accusations against him because he had this relationship with his assistant and having a whole affair. And they put those charges up, and there was so much conversation. And so the judge was like, yeah, let's discuss what actually happened.
Now, I don't say any of what I'm about to say to try to bash anybody or to do anything, but I say it for the purposes of so that people can understand what the prosecutor's office was looking at. They had filed these 3 charges. The first 2, the first being the home invasion third, and then the stalking charge, with the belief that on the 8th of December, 2025, that Ms. Shriver had informed Mr. Moore.
Ms. Shriver is the mistress assistant girl, Paige Shriver. So Shriver is the mistress.
That some way that she no longer wanted contact. Now with that, certainly they may be able to proceed with, if there's attempted contact or other things that then occur by Mr. Moore's conduct, the people may have been able to proceed with a stalking charge. Stop for a moment and just tell you that what is called a predicate offense, or the underlying offense for the home invasion third, the misdemeanor along with a home invasion or entering a home, that the stalking charge had to be maintained. But here's what the people found out. And I will say that when the police, Pittsfield Township, are interviewing and they're going through, they are, I watched I don't know how many hours of video in this case. And I will tell you that they were not only professional, they attempted to try to get to the bottom of it. At some points, their efforts seemed thwarted. That's my view. And that they were trying to get answers to a lot of different things.
So the judge is like, the police who went to the residence when she said he hit with butter knives and tears, he helped me, he kept butter knives. When the police went to the residence, because they called 911, and they trying to investigate what happened, when the judge said, I feel like based on watching the body cam footage, that the efforts of the police trying to get to the bottom of what happened were thwarted in some kind of way. Meaning somebody at the house wasn't trying to give up information, cell phone, showing stuff, because if you call the police and say, hey, I'm scared for my life, this crazy nigga around here with butter knives and tears, I'm scared, come help me. When the police come to your aid and they say, okay, he stalked you, let's see the text. You usually will show the police, hey, look, here's proof. I got 47 missed calls. I got 32 texts that said, I hate you, bitch, die. Usually the victim will show the police, hey, here's proof as to what is going on, why I called y'all. There go the butter knives. You see him crying the tears. Here is the text and the phone to show y'all, hey, He's crazy. Get him out of here. Okay? But the judge is saying for some reason, okay, the police were trying to investigate things and they were not getting as much help from the victim as I would think would be, given.
But as it was presented to them, and they ultimately presented to the prosecutor, on the 8th of December, Ms. Shriver had indicated in her own words to them that at, I believe she said 6 a.m., or I think she specified that at 6:10 a.m., had told him that there wasn't going to be any more contact. And then any contact or attempted contact or anything along those lines would then potentially constitute a stalking charge. When the police department asked for Ms. Shriver's phone, and I'm not saying that this is Ms. Shriver because she didn't have possession of her phone, they wanted the call logs, they never got them. And there may have been a reason for that, I don't know, but they never got the call logs for the phone. But maybe there were those that thought if they didn't have the call logs, maybe they wouldn't be able to see certain things. Well,
if you call the police, he's stalking me, he's stalking me, he's stalking me. Okay, ma'am, let us see your phone to see the absorbent on the time he's calling so that we have evidence against him and his crazy ass. Let us see your phone. For you to say, well, no, I'm not going to give up my phone, or you never provide your phone to the police for them to investigate. To me, that's a bit weird. Not negating the fact that his dumbass went to her house. That was stupid. That was dumb. Okay. But if the police are saying, hey, let us get as much evidence against him to properly have him arrested and charged, we can say, hey, we saw the 79 texts he sent her in 30 minutes. Okay, we see the 82 phone calls he called her in 2 hours. But for the judge to say they asked for her phone, her call log, and they never gave the call log because, hey, if they don't have a phone, if they don't have a call log, they can't see what's in my phone.
maybe to many chagrin, there's such things as search warrants and other things where one can get these logs. And I go back to the 8th, because again, I want to explain why the people did what they did. The 8th at 6 a.m., there is supposedly this communication to Mr. Moore that he should no longer have any contact.
Can you imagine being a wife sitting in court and having to hear that your husband was up at 6 o'clock in the morning texting his mistress? Bitch, we have 3 kids. I think of 3 kids. We got all these babies. And you round here up first thing in the morning calling this hoe. The person you wake up and think about contacting when you first get up, that's a good thing. Okay? When I get up and I send a message here or whatever, or I get a message, okay, the person you think about when you first wake up, and I'm your wife, and I'm sitting in court, and they like, yeah, so on this day, you know, we see the phone log, and we see at 6:13 in the morning, bitch, before the sun was up, okay? It's cold out, it's wintertime outside. We see, you know, conversational phone calls and texts between the husband and the mistress. Bitch, I will be livid. Like, oh, you can call that bitch at noon? You call this whole first thing in the morning?
The problem was that could not have been true. And the reason it couldn't...
Let's rewind. His point is, you're charging him with stalking. You're saying that as of, you know, the 7th, I told him that we will be no more conversations between me and you. Don't call me no more. And if you call me again, I'm going to accuse you of stalking me. The only way that works is if after that day, you don't talk to him no more. If after that day, okay, if after that day, you still talking to him, he can't be stalking you because you're still talking to him. Child, look, that's how I get paid. I know it's aggravating, and I'm sorry y'all have to watch ads and whatnot, but that's how I get paid. The ads pay me. If not,
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money.
I gotta get paid. I'm just playing. See, the ads are there so I can get paid. Now, if you want to hit the Cash App, you know what I'm saying? Hit me on the Cash App, child. Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay.
6 a.m. There is supposedly this communication to Mr. Moore that he should no longer have any contact. The problem was that could not have been true. And the reason it couldn't have been true, and what the people saw, is that after a call on the 7th, approximately 2:15, for over an hour, well, for 83 minutes, between Ms. Shiver and Mr. Moore.
You talk to that bitch for 84 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, you on the phone with your mistress. I'm at home baking cookies for the children, washing your dirty drawers, okay, making sure you got cold beer in the fridge, bitch, making sure your socks is matched up, okay, and you around here, I love you too, and you around here on the phone for 82, 84 minutes with your mistress on a random day.
After that call, when it gets to the 8th, and remember it's 6 a.m. is what the people are told, there was a call at 2:49 p.m. connected for 7 minutes between Mr. Moore and Ms. Shiver. There was then an additional call at 3:29 p.m. that connected for 4 minutes between Mr. Moore and Ms. Shiver. Those are outgoing calls from Mr. Moore to her.
So he's, even though you told me, hey, don't call me no more. Don't call me no more. Click. He calls and you answer. And y'all have, you know, it ain't a quick 30-second hang up, a 20-second hang up. Y'all on the phone for over an hour, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. So you're still communicating with him. He still call. Now he should stop calling you, but you are answering the fucking calls.
At 3:41 p.m. on that day, there is an incoming call from her to him for 11 minutes.
And what this means is they probably don't have her phone records. They have his. Because he said we never got her call log. But we see the phone call records because we pulled his call logs. And we do see him calling her answering, and them talking for several minutes, you know, on the things. We also see she called him after telling him, don't call me.
There is then, at 7:41 p.m., an outgoing call for 27 minutes from Mr. Moore to Ms. Shiver.
So you told the police, your lawyer told the police, hey, he's stalking me. Butter knives, tears, he's stalking me. He won't stop calling me. I told him don't, because when you tell the police, I told him don't call me. He keep calling me. He's stalking me. The police take that as he was told not to do something. He kept doing it. Boom, you're arrested. When the truth is, yes, she probably said, don't call me no more. Nigga, don't call me no more. Leave me alone. He called her once. This is he called her one time. And she's having continuous conversations with him, calling him as well. Okay, having long conversations with him. He can't be stalking you. Because you are entertaining him, talking to him for a long time. If I say, hey, don't fucking call me, if you call my phone, you get my voicemail. If I do answer, bitch, stop calling me, click. You would not see not nan call longer than maybe 5 to 10 seconds of me saying, stop calling me, stop calling me, stop calling me. I hope your dick fall off. Okay. So the judge showing he's accused of stalking her. They're alleging that she told him don't call me, and then she was hands off. However, the call log showed a different story than what was really told to the police, the judge, and the prosecution, which got him arrested. He was still dumb to go over there. He was still dumb to cheat. He was still dumb to go over there with butter knives and tears and crying, all that. But however, the reason he was arrested, the evidence, the allegations of what he did to get arrested, seemingly, once they put the call off, wasn't actually true.
Here's what people realize. The very foundation of the stalking charge, which would have been the telling not to contact me on the 8th, there is no call on the 8th. But the very foundation, it couldn't have happened. The people realized that when they got that information.
Meaning on the 8th, he didn't call her. I didn't call you after that. I didn't call you.
Bottom line, by necessity then, the stalking charge would fail. If the stalking charge fails, it being the predicate for the felony also had to fail.
So the charges dropped because the evidence did not show he stalked her. So stalking charge gone. Stalking is a felony. So felony charge gone. Because the evidence showed, well, he wasn't stalking her. He was fucking her. But you know what I'm saying?
And people knew this, and they did the right thing by making sure that that charge did not go forth. Because in good faith, legally, morally, ethically, they could not proceed on that. And they knew it. They didn't try to hide the ball. They didn't try to do any of that. They didn't say, well, we're still going ahead. We're just going to put him through the pig. They didn't do any of that. They did the right thing. The third charge, which was the illegal entry.
The third charge, illegal entry, meaning you illegally entered my domain without my permission, and that's a crime.
To the premises. Also had its problems, and I'm not going to go through sort of an extended analysis, but suffice it to say that Mr. Moore had access to those premises. That access was granted by Ms. Shiver. She gave him the code to the door. It wasn't just a key. He had the code to enter the premises.
I said, hold on now, bitch. Because when he was first accused and arrested, and we heard big old black angry man with knives and tears and domestic violence history broke in her door. Because I'm like, did he kick the door in? Because I kept on saying, how did he get in? His dumb ass went over there and kicked in the door. So the fact that we now know, well, no, he got in because he had the codes. Because she gave him the codes. And the reason why that matters is if you have a crazy married fuck partner who was crazy, insane, and abusive, and you told him to stop calling you, and you don't want to deal with him anymore, why would you not change the code to the door? And if you did change the code to the door, and then gave him the code to get in, and that's how he got in, he didn't break in the house. It wasn't breaking and entering. He just entered. He ain't have to kick in no door. He had the code. He had the key.
People analyzing it said they weren't going to proceed on that either, because that was inconsistent with what was being told to them.
So you told us he broke in. You told us he was stalking you. You told us you told him don't call you. And come to find out, once they did the investigation, none of that was true. So those charges had to go away because it wasn't true. And again, if I don't give them my phone, they won't know we talk all this time. But they get a court order for his phone records.
After reviewing everything so that people understand, it was reviewed by the prosecutor, got reviewed by the defense, and this court itself reviewed all of the reports. The right thing happened. The charges, the criminal charges that this defendant, Mr. Moore, would have been guilty of, he pled to. No more, no less. In any sentencing, it is important that the court consider a number of different factors. I look at the defendant. I look at the effect that the proceeding and the defendant's conduct had on the victim in this case, Ms. Shriver. And in that, try to come to a resolution in my mind as to what would be an appropriate sentence. In this state, there are impact statements that are given so that the court can hear the victim and the victim's voice, the one that was wronged by the conduct, so that you could hear it. I truly would have preferred to hear Ms. Shriver's voice much more clearly and much more directly. I regrettably, rightly or wrongly, legitimately or not, her voice for the court to hear has been clouded.
Meaning, in most cases, if there is a victim in the crime, in the charge or whatever, you have the option to give a victim statement. When the bad guy was arrested for assault with me, I was able to give a victim statement. I wrote a victim statement. My mom wrote a victim statement that the judge got to. I didn't speak in court. I think my mom did. I can't remember, but we gave victim statements. The judge is saying, this isn't a victimless crime. I wish there was some kind of direct statement from her, so that way we can hear from her and how this affected her. And for whatever reason, nothing from her. She did not give a victim statement to the courts to speak her peace, anger, or whatever she felt. She did not do that. So I like the judge saying, I really wish she would have allowed her voice to be heard, and we're only hearing, bits and pieces from, the police, body cam, whatever. We're not really hearing how this affected her from her.
But through my probation department and the like, I have a sense of what are concerns for Ms. Shriver. One of those concerns is that she won't be heard, and that the defendant will not be held accountable in any way. And it was interesting to me that there was at least an indication there, communication to the court prior to the victim's impact statement that I was not aware of prior to receiving the communication that had occurred in this courtroom. I was not on the bench at the time, but where an individual who Ms. Shriver and her people believed were part of the court had gone up to Mr. Moore, shook his hand, and gave him a hug.
Now, that did happen during his arraignment at his last court hearing. At the arraignment, after the court session was over, after all that happened, court was adjourned. On camera, you did see one of the sheriff county deputies walk up to Sharon Moore and kind of dap him up and like a little, little dab up, hug or whatever, because we laughed about it when I laughed about it when we watched the arraignment, and I was like, no, why would you do that? Okay, in my head, I feel like they didn't think they were still on camera. I think they thought, oh, the cameras are off. I'm like, but people in the courtroom would see it. And even I thought, even though I talked about it, that does look unprofessional if someone who works for the court, whether it's a sheriff within the sheriff's office or whatever, walks up to the alleged perpetrator and, daps him up and hugs and laughs with him. Do that behind closed doors. Okay, just do it behind closed. So he's speaking about that, how the girl thought, oh, because we saw that one. Now it was just a random deputy who walked up and did it or whatever. It wasn't judge people or whatever. But he's saying, oh, she felt like because one of the deputies, hugged or shook his hand and like dapped him up or whatever, she would not be fairly protected, or he would not be fairly prosecuted or whatever. And I'm like, I get it, because who wants to see a worker of the court friendly with someone in court? But I mean, hell, he's a fucking mission coach. You know what I'm saying? People do know him, but when you're at work, it's supposed to be professional. And I think they just didn't think about that at the time.
I want to make it real clear so that it's the individual that did that was a member of the sheriff's office here, is not a member of the court, is in no way connected to me or this court, and that I was not even aware that I was not in the room. I actually had to go and see it online. That should never have occurred. Not because it didn't have or would have had an effect on this court. It shouldn't have occurred because of its appearance of occurring.
The optics don't look good. And again, that's why people have to remind people, when you're at work, you're supposed to be work-minded. Even if you know someone, or you are an admirer of someone, or you, oh my God, the coach, you still are supposed to act accordingly to your job. And that one guy, I think, because again, he isn't a court employee. He is employed by the sheriff's department, who will be at the court. Okay?
I can assure Ms. Shriver that has no impact on me, and that having been brought to my attention, I will be dealing with those in the sheriff's office regarding that conduct, because it can't happen here. So that's one thing. But Shriver also asked for the strictest punishment that this court could give.
I said, now I think the most he could have gotten was like actual jail time for it. I do think it's a little excessive that she wanted him to be locked up, because I don't think anyone should get locked up for cheating on their spouse. I don't. And considering the fact that it feels like this was a whole setup on her, by her from the beginning, I also think jail time is not the proper thing. But him saying, she wanted him to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, give him the maximum, sentencing thing or whatnot. Girl, for what?
Incarceration is usually left to those times where an individual, this court would believe, continues to pose a risk to society or others, or an individual that this court believes can't in some way conform themselves to the norms of how we should operate in society. I don't believe, as I look at the entirety of this case, that incarceration would be an appropriate sentence in this case. Now, having said that, should there be, and I think that a probationary sentence is appropriate, but should there be any violation, and I will send my direct warning to you, Mr. Moore, that should there be a violation, all bets are off the table. I don't like sending people to jail, but I will not have a problem with it. As the prosecutors indicated, this court is very mindful that that day, December 10th, a number of things happened that changed people's lives. In imposing a probationary sentence, I would let Ms. Shiver know that this court is not by any means lessening the impact of those events. Frankly, Mr. Moore, you had no right to do what you did.
And that's the thing. Your ass should have never went over there. Period. Had he not went to her house, none of this would have happened. If he had never cheated on his wife, none of this would have happened. Okay? Even if she wanted to set your ass up, the only reason she was able to call her lawyer, okay, while you over it with butter knives and tears and have her lawyer call the police is because you showed up to her apartment.
I know that she was placed in fear. It was a traumatic experience that day for you. It was certainly a traumatic experience for her, but you had no right to spread your pain to her. And as I was going through this sentencing, there were a number of letters, a number of things presented to the court in attempting to try to decide upon the appropriate sentence. There is a certain irony in a lot of this, and it's a big one, in my opinion. The person, quite frankly, Mr. Moore, that is saving you from the full wrath of this court is the one you betrayed. I don't know where your wife, Kelly, finds her strength. When all of the circumstances are happening, and they're happening to her, and she's absorbing them in real time.
That's his wife, okay? Now look, this is a public cheating scandal. You know, at its core, this is a public cheating scandal. A husband who was cheating on his wife with his assistant, so he was fired from his job. He then went over there fussing with the lady, and he's now arrested. I feel like his wife probably is aware he cheats. And she probably also loved that man dirty draws. She's probably put up with other stuff too. In hindsight, we don't really know his wife. A lot of women put up with men's bullshit on a regular basis. And the difference is now the world knows your husband was fucking that lady and went over with butter knives and tears, and you still with him. Now, we don't know why you still with him, but you still with him.
She not once loses her focus. She not once bats an eye to sort of doubt you. She not once wants something terrible to happen to you. As I listened to the terror in her voice that day, I don't think there would be anybody in the world that, given all the circumstances, would have blamed her if she just said, I don't care.
Because remember, he was also, they felt like he was suicidal. So there was also audio calls, or I think police calls from his wife, scared, not knowing if he was going to harm himself. And her just hoping he's okay, because this crazy ass done left the house, and I don't know what they're going to do.
That's not what she did. She didn't know where you were, but she was going to tell the police, try to do this to find him. And she said something that was remarkable, and that is just tell him I love him and to come home. Incredible. And when you sit, and you know, so I'm listening on one of the calls, listening to her, I can hear your babies in the background. What she had to deal with was just an incredible burden. She didn't bat an eye. The letter that she wrote to the court, and there were a number of them, and like I said, I went through all of them. Certainly had the biggest impact on this court and what I should impose.
Meaning your wife saved your ass. Your wife saved your ass. Okay. Now he talked a little bit more, but that's enough. I just want to try to get the gist of the long ass sentencing of Sharon Moore. So he got 18 months probation. 18 months probation. He also got, it was I think 120 days in jail, 30 days in jail, both suspended sentences because he spent about 2 or 3 days in jail. But again, they were suspended sentences. So it's just 18 months in jail. The 18 month probation. He has to pay about $1,300 in fines. He cannot contact Paige Shiver directly, indirectly. He cannot discuss her online. He has to also keep going to mental health treatment. He cannot have any weapons. 18 months probation, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, mental health counseling, no contact at all. He can't even mention that bitch, okay, at all either. So again, the girl then gave a statement. Paige Shriver gave a statement to our local news people. Okay. Was it local news? Yeah. She said the University of Michigan gave this man limitless power and emboldened him to do whatever he wanted for years with no accountability. December 10th was the most terrifying day of my life. The criminal acts he committed were extremely frightening and violent. He broke into my apartment, crying, yelling, enraged, and came at me with knives. I was threatened and I feared for my life. Today's sentence does not reflect the harm done to me or the objective evidence in this case. And I'll say this to that. No, I will say this. He got teary-eyed. He didn't cry. But they got a close up of his face right around the time the judge was saying all that. He was getting teary-eyed. Okay. But again, to me, Sharon Moore isn't a criminal. Sharon Moore is an idiot who cheated on his wife. Okay. And took a stupid ass to his mistress's house. And she called the cops. Because I have witnessed extremely violent men do harm to women. I have seen extremely manipulative men act crazy, act suicidal to get over. And I don't think that's what he did. Again, he was absolutely wrong for going over there, period, at all. And that's why he pled guilty to those charges, because that was what he did wrong. At the same time, I don't think he's a criminal. He's stupid. Maybe he didn't get pussy back in the day. I don't know. But I think he made the worst decision for the most stupid reason, and now his ass is scared because he won't survive in jail. He gonna have a breakdown in jail. Okay, I think this possibly scared him straight to not cheat anymore. But you were dumb for going over there. Now, as far as Paige Shriver or Shiver, the girl, her giving that statement to the news here. When the bad guy ran up and hit me with a baseball bat back when I was in my early 20s, okay? When the bad guy attacked me because he was crazy as fuck, I didn't call a lawyer. Bitch, we called 911. Okay? When later in life, when I've seen people get attacked, we didn't call a lawyer. When you are scared for your life because a crazy, huge person, a big man, has broken into your house and has butter knives or whatever weapon, because he had butter knives, has butter knives and he's crying, he's enraged, you call your lawyer. You didn't call 911. And because I have firsthand knowledge of being terrified that the man I was fucking is trying to kill me, I need help. Someone come help me. Help me. It does not sit well with me that her first call was to her lawyer. You have to call 7 numbers, sometimes 10. You have to go. You got to call the area code. You dial 10 numbers, the area code plus phone number to call your lawyer. Okay, 911 is 3 fucking numbers. So it never sat right with me the moment they said she didn't call 911. She called her lawyer about him being over there. Once I hear someone banging on my door, who I say has been stalking me, 911. Now, after I call 911, I might call a lawyer. I might call a friend. I might call a cousin. I might call my brother. I might, whatever. Okay, after I call the police to come help me, I might call my lawyer, but it never sat right with me that her first call, when she said he came and broke in my apartment, crying, yelling, enraged, and came at me with knives, I was threatened and I feared for my life. But you called your lawyer. Unless your lawyer is also a cop who live close in your county, what the fuck would the lawyer do? I don't know any sane person who, when they are being threatened and someone's breaking in, doesn't think to call 911 first. So that never sat right with me. So even her statement to our news here is bullshit. Even her saying, the school gave him limitless power and you benefited from it, bitch. You were making like $100,000 as a fucking assistant. So all the power they gave him, you benefited from it. You didn't have an issue with the power he had until you didn't have it also. Both of y'all was wrong. He was the person in power. So yes, it's wrong for that. But we're not going to act like, oh my God, he forced me. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to take the job. I didn't want the raise. I didn't want this and I didn't want that. You did. You accepted it. for whatever, because he don't even seem like the kind of motherfucker that can force shit on the. He went over there and picked up butter knives. He did when I butter knives. Butter knives. He showed us throughout this whole ordeal, he's a fucking soft ass toothpick. He's a soft toothpick. And then once more evidence came out through the investigation that she was still talking to him after, claiming she told him, don't call me, and I was avoiding him. You called him too. You wouldn't give him your phone records. Your lawyer did not mention, hey, he's also her boss. Yes, not even a fucking steak knife. Which means he didn't go over to hurt her. I'm not saying it wasn't a scary situation. I'm not saying she wasn't scared, but she wasn't scared enough to call the police. And now that all of the evidence has come out about the ordeal, and we have told him what he was wrong in doing and what he was stupid in doing, and he has been held accountable for what he actually did, you want to now say, well, what the sentencing ain't what it should be. It doesn't reflect what happened. It does. It doesn't make your traumatic experience any less traumatic. However, once they told me your ass and called the police, I said, bitch, girl, bye. Even his wife called the police scared about what he was gonna go do. His wife called the police, and he didn't even have butter knives at her, but he came to your house, got in the apartment from the code you gave him, went and grabbed the butter knives and said, you're gonna listen to me, butter knife. And you called the attorney. Your attorney had to then call the police. If he was really psychotic, he could have killed you. And when you had time to call for help, you called the fucking attorney. So, at the end of the day, he's stupid. At the end of the day, his wife ain't leaving. Some folks feel like the mistress wanted him to leave his wife. He like, I'm not gonna leave. That's the point of contention. Okay, let me make him suffer. Some folks feel like once she went and told the school, hey, we fucking, and got him fired, that's what made him pissed. Because we've been fucking this whole time and want no issue. And now because I won't leave my wife, now you want to snitch and get an attorney. So I don't believe we even seen many pictures of the girl, LaPage, Shriver, whatever. But again, as the judge said, you got 18 months probation. And if you do anything in those 18 months, jail. Hopefully he's smart. He'll keep a dick in his pants. But who knows, okay? Let's take a little second, y'all. Take a little 30 seconds and like the video. Okay, I need some water. are back. Okay. Let's start with the Ashley Janae situation. Now, I don't be no influencers like that. I don't really be paying that much attention. But I kept seeing posts about this young lady who was an influencer who was on a trip for her 31st birthday with her boyfriend who she had been with for about a year, and she ended up dead. You know, at first I'm like, I don't know because I don't know the influencer, but the story caught my attention. Okay, Ashley Robinson, known online as Ashley Janae, was a 31-year-old Miami-based lifestyle influencer and self-described soft life divester with over 100K combined followers. She was over in Zanzibar, Tanzania, on her birthday with her partner, crypto firm founder Joe McCann. Okay, he proposed during their trip. That's him and her. Is that a real lion? Don't propose to me with a fucking lion in front of me. Because what if that lion kill me? Okay, I don't want to be over there. So that's her boyfriend. Okay, Joe McCain. I don't know how old Joe is. Joe looks older than 31. Okay, he looks older than 31. But again, they was over there, Tanzania, for her birthday. She had posted stuff while on vacation over there. She was there for 7 days, and she's dead now. And the crazy thing was, they brought up how they got engaged. Okay. However, after they got engaged, they got into a fight. And allegedly they had a disagreement. The hotel put them in separate rooms. Okay. And then the following morning, she was dead. The fiance had disagreements, and later hotel management decided to separate their rooms. So the woman had her own room, and the man had his own room. The citizen also reports it was hotel staff, not the fiance, who called the police after raising an alarm that a guest was suspected to be suicidal. Okay. Now he has not been arrested. However, once the news got out that she died, and once the rumor was being spread that it was, that she took herself out in Zanzibar after having a fight with her newly minted fiance in a whole different country. And it was said that she supposedly hung herself like on the door. No one in her family is believing that she committed suicide. A lot of people feel like, no, he did something to this girl. Oh, did they? I don't say they arrested them, but allegedly. Which one is it? Which one is it? We shall see. I will look at it. But again, it's the hard. Let me Google him and see if they arrested him. This is the thing. You never know what anyone is capable of. Okay, like you think you know people, and you trust them to protect you. You hope they would not hurt you, and then you end up dead. And your family is left with questions. And when he's the only person who was there, and he is the only other person who can kind of say what happens, because you're now gone. And your family is, here in the States, and they don't know what happened. And the hard part with the family also started a GoFundMe because her body is over in Tanzania. And to bring her body back here, it's going to cost some money. So the family started a GoFundMe. They want to raise about $50K. Again, to hopefully, it's their father, Harry Robinson, is going to GoFundMe where the $50K goes, and the funds will go towards travel arrangements and unexpected costs as they're trying to, figure out what the fuck happened to their daughter. Now, allegedly, the fiance is worth about 45 mil. She was found unconscious at the villa, the hotel. Anytime somebody has an argument with their boyfriend and then their dad is weird. Now, this is the mom talking, about it.
My daughter, Ashley, she's no longer here with us, and we're trying to find out why.
On April 5th, influencer Ashley Robinson, who goes by Ashley Janae on Instagram, was celebrating her 31st birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania. She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
She was starting the next chapter of her life. She called us and FaceTimed us to share with us her travel.
Ashley's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashley called saying she and her fiance got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiance.
He told me that Ashley did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later, the luxury resort the couple was staying at called saying that Ashley passed away. According to the hospital's medical report, Ashley had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, according to her husband, he found she hung herself on the door.
Now, the whole according to her husband, her fucking husband? So it's an up in the air what happened, who done it.
With several question marks.
Sometime Jill went back to the room with security, and that's how they found her.
Ashley was also taken to a second hospital who listed her cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself.
And the family says next they are considering going to Zanzibar themselves to try to get as many answers as possible. Now, we also tried to directly contact Ashley's fiance, the resort, and the embassy, but we did not hear back. I'm live in the Satellite Center, Cheyenne Crime Channel 6, Action News.
It's a hard thing to even contemplate what happened because you only have the fiance's information. And even though we know mental health struggles are real, we never know what someone's going through. I think the point is, if she was seemingly happy the whole time and she's vlogging her life and she's excited to be engaged and, it's all happy, the morning after she has a big fight with her fiance, she ends up dead. That's just strange. That's just strange. And again, y'all know when there's a Caucasian man and a black woman, we be like, what the fuck going on? Okay. And again, I'm on a trip for my 31st birthday in Tanzania, okay, over in Zanzibar. Why would I hang myself in a different country? So there's a lot of questions going on about what happened. Did he do it? Again, the whole fight and the fight before the situation going on or whatever. The timeline don't match. Okay, the timeline don't match. I want to follow this story because we always have these situations of people traveling out the country and not coming back alive, and they went over with a fiance or they went over with friends, like what happened, So we shall see as more of it comes out. But if the boyfriend did it, lock his ass up. You hear me? Lock his ass up. Okay. Child, this man that cut his hair. Hold on.
10 years.
Dwight Howard wants y'all attention. Okay, Dwight Howard said, I know my wife told y'all I'm on that cocaine. Okay. I know she told y'all I'm dangerous and whatnot. Let me distract y'all by cutting off my dirty locks.
It took 10 years to get this hair, and it's only taking about 2 minutes.
And y'all know how I feel when folk be doing videos and they be having church music playing. Who you trying to corrupt?
2 minutes to let it go. I just tell you how long.
You're using Jesus' songs to try to confuse people. We not confused.
Life is, you can build up something for years, and all it takes is a second for it to crumble.
Oh, really? I grew my hair out for 10 years. I grew for 10. It took 10 years to grow it, and it take a few seconds for it to crumble. Oh, like your marriage?
Us free. Look at the bondage that I was in the mind.
Everything read. Everything Roy said about this man is true. Okay, when people put church music behind confessions, behind statements, if you're not a pastor, a bishop, a deacon, a reverend, hell, when you not even on the usher board and you up here with church music in the background, miss me with the deflection.
The bondage is gone.
And why you got an African accent? Now you African?
The bondage is free.
You Nigerian now?
The hair is no more.
You want to be Black Panther now?
Sometimes you gotta shed your wings. Sometimes the eagle has to fly really, really high, away from everyone.
Child.
Shed his wings, get new wings.
Y'all, somebody tell Jesus the juice is loose. Okay? He out here, he wants y'all to think that I'm shedding it. It took 10 years to grow. Okay, it took me 10 years to grow it in 2 seconds and lose it all. Well, stop doing the bull stuff. Okay? You grew that hair out for distraction. You cutting it for distraction. Either way it go, sir, what a cocaine? Is you clean? Is you on that stuff? Those were some thin locks for 10 years. Anyway, his hair is cut now. Don't y'all let that man trick y'all into trusting him. Okay, I don't know that man. I wasn't there, but he don't seem trustworthy. King Harris. Okay, T.I. little son. Well, King is I think he's like 22 right now. King was arrested. Now, when I first seen this last night, I said to myself, oh, Lord, not drugs. And what I hate is when they put up, oh, so-and-so arrested for drug possession. When I see drug possession, I think crack cocaine, meth, heroin. But I see drug possession in my mind, I think the hard stuff. I don't think weed. Okay? Man, they pulled him over. Okay, he was going 60 and a 45. That don't even fast. He had a vape pen. He had a vape. I said a vape pen. Now the footage of the arrest is out.
Reason I'm pulling you over is you're doing over 70 miles an hour in a 40.
He was also in a Pikachu onesie.
45. You didn't know? I got you. Get a driver's license on you? All right. Are you the registered owner of the vehicle? Okay. Do you have a photo or anything like that of your driver's license? Yeah. All right, got you. All right. So, do you mind stepping out and we're going to talk right here real quick, back here?
About what?
You need to step out of the vehicle.
Step out for what?
So there's a firearm in this vehicle. You're already speeding. You don't have anything on you. I'm separating you from the firearm. All right. Are you going to get out?
So you pull me over because I'm speeding. Cool. I have a legal, I believe in Atlanta, it's legal to carry. I have a legal firearm for 2. Why do you want me to get out my car if I didn't do shit wrong? Now, should he have just gotten out the car? Sure. I think King's question was, got the car for what? Like, if you're pulling me over speeding, give me a speeding ticket. Give me a speeding ticket, okay? Because you see the gun, which is legal, don't matter. Now, the vape pen, I don't know.
Have the car or not?
I don't tell me why.
I already told you why. Pennsylvania versus Mims. Are you getting out or not? Supreme Court case law. Are you getting out or not?
I don't know what that is.
All right. You need to get out of the car.
You're not telling me
If you do
why.
not get out of the car, you'll be arrested for obstruction.
You're going to arrest me for obstruction?
Yes, if you do not get out of the car.
I don't know why. I don't feel safe.
All right. If you do not get out of the car, you will be arrested for
I don't
obstruction.
feel safe.
If you do not get out of the car, you'll be arrested for
You're not
obstruction.
telling me about it.
Now, I'm not a lawyer. I'm also a cop, but I just wonder if you put me up for speeding, it's my car. I have a license. I have registration. I have what I'm supposed to have. Do I have to get out the car? Or can I say, well, give me a ticket? Or just say, hey, put the firearm up. I don't know. What should King have just gotten out the car?
That's a perfectly valid reason. Like, Google it if you want to. It's not going to end well for you.
Let me call my lawyer, man.
You have that right, but you're not even under arrest right now. You're still just detained. No, you don't. Get out of the car.
Hey, Quinn. So I'm pulled over right now, and they telling me I got to get out the car for what reason?
Because we're going to have a conversation back at the back of the
They
car.
want to have a conversation.
You need to get out of the car. Doesn't matter why.
I'm not getting out the car because you want to have a... No, I'm not getting out the car.
Okay.
All right. So
All
now
right.
you're
Let this time.
65.
Please don't pull me over. You are under arrest. You are not free to leave. You are under arrest.
I'm not under arrest.
You are under arrest. I'm informing you that you are under arrest.
I'm under arrest for what? Hold on, my lawyer calling. Hey, so a police officer is right here telling me I have to step out my car, and I'm telling him I don't want to step out my car. He's telling me to step out the car to have a conversation.
I've already told you you're under arrest. You're under arrest at this point.
And he's trying to tell me since I didn't want to step out the car, I'm under arrest. Bro, I'm under arrest.
But you are under arrest at this point. All right? So you need to get out of your car right now.
All right.
At least when a lawyer said King's got the car. Okay. Just got the car. Got the car, go to jail, we'll bond you out, and come home.
So this make y'all feel tough.
Not the slightest. All it does is give me some paperwork.
Right?
All you have to do is get out the car.
File your paperwork. You want me to get out my car to talk to me about what? There's nothing to talk about.
This is not
You're under arrest.
your car. You're absolutely flying down the road at 70 miles an hour in a 45. It's
Never had a police
Also
tell me to step out the car to ask simple questions.
Well, there's
Never.
a firearm within like 2 feet of both of our faces. Yeah, I'm gonna have
It's
you
in
step out
front
of
of
the car.
you. It's in front of you.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Well,
Not just that, you have an open THC container in the center console.
okay.
Can you imagine you in your little onesie driving around, going to Burger King, giggling slush, and the police pull you over, child? Now you're getting arrested in your little onesie. So again, he was arrested for possession, drug possession, and obstructing officers. Child, sometimes keep the vape pen in your pocket or they can't see it, okay? Keep the gun put up. Because I do think if the police officer did not see the gun sitting out, he maybe would have asked him to get the car. It all could have been avoided. He could have not been speeding. He could have called, I would have called my lawyer if I had one like that as soon as I got put over. Okay, so again, he was already released. Again, the whole drug possession thing to me doesn't matter. It was a vape pen. Now, if he got caught with, 4 pounds of weed, 2 pounds of heroin, and then 2 cups of meth, okay, that would be what it was. Okay, but I'm like, I really hate when I see drug possession. I'm like, a vape pen, girl. Let that boy go home with his kids. But again, if the police say, "Hey, got a car," just get out. Just say okay. But I'm like, maybe he had no real shoes on. Maybe he didn't have on no socks. Maybe he had no drawers on. I don't know. Okay, but King said I'm in jail. Also, speaking of illegal things, Britney Spears, who was on that, what was she on, child? She was being held. What was she on? Not sabbatical. She used conservatorship. She was under that conservatorship, and then they got her out of the conservatorship. And ever since, I don't know what meth is. It's not in cups. Like, is meth liquid? I don't know. I'm making shit up. But ever since Britney was out of that conservatorship, she has been a bit of a Looney Tune. Okay, a little bit of a Looney Tune. Not in a negative way, but again, I feel like Britney Spears just needed better guidance in life. She did not need to be under conservatorship. But once they let her be free, child, everything went crazy. So she had that DUI that happened last month, where she is now checking herself into rehab. That's good. When I see some folks say, "Oh my God, that's horrible," I'm like, no. If Britney Spears has some kind of substance abuse problem, be that drugs, be that alcohol, or whatever else, she needs some help. Okay? Once you get pulled over for the DUI stuff and you on that stuff, child, yes, check yourself in, get some help to make sure whatever happens next won't be the last thing to happen. People checking themselves into rehab is a good thing. Okay? It's an absolute good thing. And I think it's great that she realized, you know what? Maybe I need some help. I don't need a babysitter, but I need to go talk to somebody who can help me control my vices. My vices, if it's alcohol, if it is wine, if it's cocaine, if it's cocaine, if it's the little Fenty, Fetty, whatever, the little Fenty, little Fenty. Okay, meth, the little heroin. Okay, I do feel like she needs rehab. And I really wish she had somebody in her corner that truly, truly cared for her and did not care about her money, her fame, or nothing. But because she's been so sheltered, she don't have nobody like that in her life. So I feel like rehab was good. Get her a sponsor who can help her. Sometimes step one is rehab. Girl, go get to the rehab. Tyler Perry. Okay, now Tyler Perry has 2 assaults, SA lawsuits against him with 2 different men and whatnot. Mario Rodriguez was suing both Tyler Perry, okay, and also Lionsgate, okay. He was in, I think, Medea's Halloween, whatever Medea movie from years ago, and he played frat guy number 10. Okay, he is suing for $77 million for the S of the A. Okay, now Lionsgate is replying to the lawsuit because they're like, why the fuck am I in it? Okay, so Mario Rodriguez is facing scrutiny in court as new legal filings challenge both his claims and his connection to the film at the center of the disputes. Okay, per TMZ, Rodriguez was accused Tyler Perry of sexual assaults. Was criticized by distributor Lionsgate, who was like, "Hey, We don't have shit to do with this, okay? Lionsgate is asking for the case to be dismissed as far as they're concerned. Not Tyler Perry, but dismiss us, Lionsgate, from the lawsuit case. They said, hey, Rodriguez spent less than a week playing frat guy number 10 in the Madea film and noted that he admitted there was no misconduct during his time on set. Meaning, if you were on the set of the movie 10 years ago for 1 week, okay, and you said nothing inappropriate happened on set, how the fuck are you suing us, the studio? How are you suing Lionsgate when you spent 1 week playing frat guy number 10? He wasn't even frat guy number 1. He wasn't even Brad the frat guy. He was frat guy number 10. Okay, you spent less than a week playing frat guy number, and y'all know that's true because Tyler Perry movies get filmed in 3 days. You spent less than a week playing frat guy number 10, and you noted that there was no misconduct during his time on sets. Okay, to come be further argued. Now, 10 years later, okay, you're suing Lionsgate for negligent retention regarding alleged, sexual advances by Tyler Perry, made towards him at Tyler Perry's private house, not the Lionsgate property, not during filming, not before filming, not after filming on set. It occurred years after the shoot wrapped. Okay, this is the lawsuit is a transparent ploy to keep the case out of federal courts. Again, he played in Boo, a Madea Halloween, and seeking $77 million. Girl, now Tyler Perry already said, "Hey, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me." Okay. I want to make something clear. I am not trying to negate, deflect, or deny anyone's SA allegation. Okay, I'm cracking jokes a little bit, but I'm for real. I feel like we have to be able to say, hey, someone's making up shit. Did Tyler Perry meet people on his set or in the world of the movie making he do or whatever, and he tried to fuck? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. However, did the men he tried to fuck know what he was doing? Yes. Yes. Did they also play along for years while it financially benefited them? Yes. Yes. So there's a difference between Tyler Perry being inappropriately stupid to try to fuck people he worked with when he's the boss versus was he trying to force himself on people who were saying, no, Tyler, no, don't touch me. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a difference. There are people who in the world of assault of the sexual nature can say, I kept saying no, he kept saying yes, and grabbed my balls. And I ran away forever. Okay. Versus, hey, the one time he grabbed my dick, I said no, Tyler. And I came over the following day and got back in the bed. Okay. There's a difference. There is a difference. There's a difference. Okay. Tyler Perry is absolutely at least bisexual. Okay. I don't even need Tyler Perry to come out and say, I like Venus. I don't care. I feel like the 2 lawsuits that he has been publicly named in with these accusations look as if Tyler had a type. And when he sees something he likes, he tried to put his hands on it, balls and all. Okay. And certain people play along. Some people be gay for pay. I can't be gay for pay. I don't like pussy. But some folk don't mind being gay for pay. And that's what this seems like. So any person saying, hey, 10 years ago, I played frat guy number 10 on Tyler. I never even seen Boo, Madea Halloween. I haven't even seen that damn movie. So coming forward 10 years later saying, hey, I was a star in a movie, and then he tried to get at me, and for a while I let him, rub my shoulders, but he was assaulting me. Tyler Perry, you are rich enough, you are famous enough to have people freely give you boy pussy. Okay. And also part of me feel like Tyler Perry was thinking, I'm paying these men to be with me, and we both are okay with it. I think that's why it's weird that I think that's why he thinks it's weird that they then come out saying he was forcing them. I think the Tyler Perry thought process was, we in a situationship. I give y'all a little money, y'all give me a little booty or whatever, or whatever the exchange is. It may not be sexual in nature like that. It may be a little thigh rub, okay, little ball massage. Okay, it may be, hey, I when I wake up in the morning, I just want you to rub my balls. Okay, I'll rub your balls. Okay. I think Tyler Perry thought it was an even exchange of affection and attention. But his mistake was ever trying that with anyone where he is the boss, because you have the power. You are in power, and they can feel like, I don't have a choice. I got to keep fucking around with him. The problem comes to play when you don't get upset until you are cut off. But Lionsgate said, bitch, you were frat guy number 10. Okay, you filmed that one movie that one time at band camp for 4 fucking days. Nothing bad happened. You cannot sue us, Lionsgate, when nothing happens while you were filming the show. You and that man was fucking around at his house. Okay. Look, you got y'all. Look, if you gonna shake up steak sauce and own it. Okay, you can't be up and shaking up steak sauce, massaging balls, and then once your hands get cramped and arthritis kick in, or you don't have them, you're not getting the payments from him anymore because he done found new boy pussy. You can't get pissed and say, hey, yeah, I now want to say I was forced. Because I really do feel like with these two men coming forward, if Tyler Perry was really forcing men to do things, more people will come forward. I don't even count Christian Keys. Christian Keys has ruined his reputation as a victim of someone's ball rubbingness because he came out, said some shit, ain't said no name, then took it all back. At least 2 white boys came up and they haven't changed their story. Okay. But again, I would want more people to come forward, and none of the accusations start off with, I kept going to his house and stuff kept happening at his house. Because I'm not going to my boss's house at night. I'm not doing that. If I'm frat guy number 10 on a movie set, I'm not thinking I'm finna be the next big star because Tyler Perry wants me at his house at 10 p.m. at night on a Friday. Bitch, you want some pussy. And after the first attempt at your pussy, you stayed around with girl Katy Perry. Now, Ruby Rose, again, I know her from the Batgirl TV show that was on. Was it like was it the WB? I think it was the WB. I don't know, but she played Batgirl. That's how I know her. I think she's been was she on Orange is the New Black? I didn't watch Orange is the New Black, but she accused Katy Perry of sexual assault. And I was like, Katy Perry, girl, what you been doing? Katy. So Complex Music put up a post saying Katy Perry reacts to Justin Bieber's Coachella set, where he's essentially singing karaoke to his older music. Ruby Rose came and said, Katy Perry essayed me as Spice Market nightclub in Melbourne. Who gives a shit what she thinks? This. And as a woman, for a myriad of reasons, open up about W violence and sexual abuse seems to be 100 times harder than speaking about the male predators, at least for me. And someone said she kissed a girl and didn't like it. Rose replied and said, she didn't kiss me. She saw me resting on my best friend's lap to avoid her and bent down, pulled her underwear to the side, and rubbed her disgusting vagina on my face until my eyes snapped open and I vomited on her. Now I said, Katy Perry out here rubbing her pussy on people's face. Now, girl, put your pussy up. Now, I don't know those kind of friendships because, again, I was resting on my best friend's lap to avoid her and bent down, pulled her underwear to the side, and rubbed her disgusting vagina on my face until my eyes snapped open. And now, first of all, whoever your friend is that you was on her lap, who seen Katy Perry pull her pussy out and didn't stop her or say, hey, nudge, nudge, get out the way, a pussy coming. I'm just saying, okay? But again, my eyes snapped open and I projectile vomited on her. After it, I threw up on her. I told the story publicly, but changed it to be a funny little drunk story because I didn't know how else to handle it. Later, she agreed to help me get my US visa, so I kept it a secret. But I did tell y'all she wasn't a good person until I got attacked by everyone. Okay, I was in my early 20s. I am now 40. It's taken almost 2 decades since publicly, though I am so grateful to have made it long enough to find my voice. It just shows how much of an impact trauma and sexual assault takes. Thank you for seeing me. Now, I feel like this. Okay. I put a folder on, put it on the table. How long would she rub on you for your child? The reason I believe this absolutely happened. Again, she said this happened like 20 years ago. Back when she was in her 20s. Weird girlfriend groups who do weird shit like this confuses me. I don't have female friends where we rub body parts on each other. I don't. Now, one time, a long time ago, long time, in my 20s, long time ago, me and my friend, my homegirl, I won't say which homegirl because I'm not going to hold up. Me and my homegirl was at our other homegirl house. It was me, my 2 female friends, my 1 female friend, her boyfriend was over there, and then her brother. Okay. And while 1 friend was in a room with her boyfriend, me and my homegirl was in a room with her brother. Okay. And, you know, we were drinking and no one rubbed a vagina across anyone's forehead. However, I feel like we like massage each other's vaginas. And then he, you know what I'm saying? It was a little, whatever. So I've never been in friend groups where we're just randomly rubbing coochies on each other. However, that one time at band, each time I've had a threesome situation, it has been with my same friend. It's with my same friend. I love her to death to this day. And that time, I think that was the first time I've ever touched someone else's coochie. You know what I'm saying? And we were just, but it wasn't like a weird thing to where it's an assault. It was like an agreed upon, we in the room together, child. We had some drinks, child. And we liked said guy. He was our friend's brother. We was all legally grown. Or whatever. And we both, because he was in the middle. He was in the middle and whatnot. And he was filling on stuff and doing things. And me and her never, like, I've never ate a coochie. I've never tasted anyone's vagina except my own. Okay. So, never. No, it wasn't Karla. It was not Karla. It was not Karla. It was not Karla. And Karla with a K. It was not Karla. I'll say it was not Karla. I will say that for a fact, okay? A different friend. But me and said friend, it wasn't, I think his name was Jay. What's his name, Jay? I think his name was Jay. We were just in the room vibing. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a weird thing. So, like, I think of the difference in you, your homegirls hanging out, and if a dude is in the middle, okay, and then some kind of way, your vagina is out because he doing stuff to your vagina, okay, and then he do stuff to your friend vagina, okay, and then you be like, and then he may suggest, hey, well, touch her vagina. Okay, that's what it feel like my vagina. Okay, that's fine. So that's the most I can think of friends doing like whatever. But never have me or my friend been like, I'm gonna just pull my vagina out and rub it on Jaylee. That bitch, what are you doing? Girl, what the fuck's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And then the second time, it was a threesome situation. It was still the same friend, a different guy. A different guy. And I think with that guy, though, I only touched her vagina that one time because I was like, I'm like, no. So when she say, she took her vagina out and rub it on me, I feel like, what part of friendship does anybody put a pussy out and rub it on you? Because my friend, she did not. I'm gonna ask her if she mind me saying her name, and she probably won't at all. So, but I just don't want her name because I haven't asked her specifically about this. But never have I been. That's the one friend I have who, if there was ever a pussy out near me, that would be, the thought. Okay, and he got so many excuses. I've only had 3 threesomes. Only 3. Only 3 in my life. And then I've told y'all I've lived a life. Okay, I've lived a life. That's why I be chilling now, bitch. I don't have time for all the other shit. I did it all. Okay, I've never ate pussy. I've never ate pussy, and I've never ate pussy. I've never licked the ass. I've never sucked a toe or feet. I don't any of that stuff. Okay, but I've lived. Okay. Anyway, my point was, how did we get here? The fuck did we get here? Girl. Lord Jesus. Oh God. I was talking to him earlier and we were talking about, me and the lies. And I said, we were joking about, being on time for lives in the beginning, how him was never on my lives in the beginning. And I said, I'm not, yes, I'm really only in lives in the middle. I said, everything else is adrenaline and exhaustion. This is probably part of the exhaustion because I'm like, bitch, how did we get here? How did we? Why, threesomes, Lord Jesus. Okay. My point was when someone says something as far as we all hanging out, okay, and then Katy Perry put her pussy out and rub. No one should do that. And my thought went to I'm like, well, I don't have friends where we just rub pussies. And I'm like, well, that one time at band camp, and the second time, that one time, and the third time, okay. But it still was not a sexual assault situation. It was just, well, child, I mean, he wanted to eat some coochie. And then we just sitting around here. And we didn't have to do nothing to each other. But somebody suggested, like, well, just put your finger down there. And I'm like, okay. Oh, that's what the coochie was like. Okay, I love my coochie. But it wasn't a weird, girl, why is you have to be in agreement at that time, okay? And it would never be, I'm like, and even now, like that wouldn't happen now at all. That just would not happen. But that one time, neither one of us took our cooties out to rub on each other. And if I recall, I think he was, child. And then the second time the second time at the other house, we didn't touch each other's coochies. She may have felt up my boob. She may have touched my boob, but that was really it. And that was him. I mean, we technically probably ran a train on him. I don't know. Anyway, girl, the fuck? Look, why are y'all allowing me to keep talking? This y'all after dark. Okay. Abort. Okay. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm just, I guess my point is you have to be aware of who your coochie rubbing friends are. And if it's ever okay for you to rub your coochie on your friend or vice versa. We can't be out here rubbing your coochie on your friend if y'all don't have that kind of friendship. Because now in 2026, Katy Perry, she's accusing you of SA. Because she said you pulled your natty coochie out and rubbed it on her forehead. And she ain't like it. Now, when me and my friend we was fine with it because it wasn't that. You have to, consent is a thing. You have to know your friends. Okay? The first time we got with old boy, it was consent. Okay? It was munch, rub, freaky, and that was it. And I don't think I did that. It was because I'm like, that's a weird. Okay, and that's how I know I'm not gay because I said, child, it ain't for me. And then the second time of the threesome situation, we just basically ran train on him, and then we also but we didn't touch each other. And then the third time was, it was fun. Okay. But again, that was young Jaylee. Okay. And you know what, y'all? I feel like all of those experiences happened before I turned 23. I do. Yeah, it was before 23. But we wasn't, nobody was trying to. It wasn't weird. So I feel like, what kind of friendship did Katy Perry and Ruby Rose have that Katy Perry even thought it was okay to pull a pussy out and rub it on anybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, what made you think, well, yeah, this is the thing to do? Okay. Now, Katy Perry is denying it happened. Okay. The allegations have been circulated on social media by Ruby Rose about Katy Perry are not only categorically false, they are dangerous. Okay. Lies. Ms. Rose has, a well-documented history of making serious public allegations on social media against various individuals, claiming that have been denied by those names. Now, accusing people of stuff and them denying it doesn't mean what she said didn't happen to her, that he would have denied it. You know what I'm saying? But child, if I could get said friend to come on here and have a conversation again, and the reason and not to try to compare and contrast a serious sexual assault situation to friendly vagina play, you know what I'm saying, with a dude in the middle. But again, I'm like, how friendly were y'all? Even if Katy Perry didn't really pull a pussy out and rub it on Rose, maybe she put her pants down and like sat on the girl's face. But who gonna do that? Where is the truth and where is the lie? How cool are you and your friend that you can pull your pants down, pull your cooch out, and just put it on someone's face? That is a conversation you need to have with somebody before any of that happened. And I feel like the reason it happened, because me and said friend my friend is the kind of person who likes to watch people have sex. You know what I'm saying? And not join, but she would watch. So I think before that, she had already seen me sleep with somebody. Like, and I mean like looking like that. Okay. So that's why it was a confidence, because it wasn't as if because she seen me as this payment. My point is, you have to be a comfortable friendship to even want your coochie out around your friend. Okay. And so I just wonder what kind of friendship did they have? Because Ruby Rose made it seem as if I didn't even like Katy Perry. She was an aggravating person, and I was trying to hide her aggravation, and she put a pussy on me, and I don't like it. I don't like it. So it's a weird. I'm just a child, girl. Oh my God. I have so many questions. Okay, if you have questions, let me see the questions. Let me see the questions, and I'm not gonna answer them. We'll see. But again, it's just, you know what I'm saying. I just wonder. But I just wonder what kind of friendship did they have that Ruby thinks this happened and Katy Perry denying it. And I'm just wondering, was it a real thing of her saying, hey, I'm going to pull my coochie out and put on her face? Or was it laugh, 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 joke, joke, joke? You sitting there and you're asleep. I'm going to put my pants down as a joke. And Ruby did not find it funny because they don't have that kind of friendship. But if my friend, I've seen my friends to their boyfriend's head. I don't give a fuck. Not now. Again, younger. You know what I'm saying? I'm 44 now, so are we not? You know what I'm saying, we grown with our say that ain't happening now. It was a whole. I've lived a life. I just wonder what kind of friendship was this? Okay, what kind of friendship was this that it happened and no one? Because whoever you was laying on, why didn't they stop Katy Perry's pussy from coming at you? You know what I'm saying? So that's what's weird to me. Okay. So that's okay, let's see. Did she look from afar or did she get up close? I mean, it was right next to each other. Cause I mean, you have to be close to touch a coochie. You can't be far away. So it's at least within arm's reach. Okay. We were at you absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. We weren't like shit fake drunk, but we would, we a little drink. No, he took our panties off. Anyway, okay, let's move on. Katy Perry said I didn't do it. Katy Perry said I did not do it, and Ruby Rose then said I can no longer discuss what I accused Katy Perry of, and we will have to wait for the courts. I also feel like I wonder if Katy Perry and Ruby Rose went into a agreement to not discuss it, and I'll pay you some money. Because when someone say I can no longer discuss it, I said right, not play by play. Okay. But yeah, she said I can't discuss it anymore. Okay, I have did our reports. I gave all the information. I'm gonna shut up. Again, you have to know your friendships, and no one should feel as if their friend, assaulted them. Okay, you should, and also you should not put your coochie on anyone who did not ask for it. There has to be clear cut communication. There has to be clear cut consent or an understanding that, hey, if your coochie touches mine, I'm okay with it. Okay, so part of me feel like something happened to where maybe even a cease and desist. Either cease and desist, maybe some hush, but the little hush, buddy. What happened? But we have to learn. You can't be putting your coochie on people. Speaking of coochies, okay, y'all know Portia is a lesbian. But is she? Portia was on The Breakfast Club. Now, I did not watch the full interview. I only watched this clip. And Portia was dating a woman right now, which means she's in a lesbian relationship. Was talking about labeling her as a lesbian.
Do you even care about labels like lesbian or bisexual, or do you feel like people are just too obsessed with putting you in a box?
So when I first, I don't know, announced that I was dating her or that she was, one of the options. Yeah, at first I was kind of like, okay, everybody's like, are you a lesbian? Are you bisexual? Are you? And I was just like, I don't have a label. Like, I'm just Portia sexual.
First of all, Portia sex was another thing. Okay. And I think the reason this is, I won't say dangerous, but I think Portia likes to bend history. Portia has always been bisexual. We know that because she has adamantly admitted that she had sexual situations with women over the years. She just did not have a relationship with women. She was not dating women, but she was having, to me, the definition of being, either, gay, lesbian, bisexual is the fact that you are having sexual feelings, emotions, and encounters with women. Did your friend ever find out? Yeah, she didn't care. Yeah. But Portia, so Portia making it seem as if I don't want anyone labeling me. I'm just in this right now. To me, doesn't make sense. I always find it weird when people who are actually in the LGBTQ community and they live their life. Okay, we know that there are no, you don't have to be labeled. But I do find that when you're dating a person who's gay, because Sway is gay. Okay, Sway is a lesbian. What sports stuff? I don't know, but Sway is gay. So when you put your foot in the pond of the pussy, like you can admit, hey, yeah, I'm at least bisexual because I like women. I like men. And I'm currently in a relationship with a woman. So like to try to make it seem as if I don't know what I am, I don't know. Bitch, you're bisexual. You're fluid. You like men, you like women, you like ducks, whatever. Daddies, the uncles and aunties, it's like you can admit, hey, I like it all. But because you have, it was a horrible kept secret that Portia has had sex with women. You're bisexual. You like men. You also like women, and that's fine. But that's what it is. You're not. It's not. Oh, I don't know what it is. Unless you grow a third leg, that's when you don't know what. I don't know what the third leg is. If you grow a tail, I don't know what that is. But if you have had sex with men, and you like men, and you have had sex with women, and you like both, you don't want to pick and choose. You just date you. The definition is bisexual. Just saying.
I'm just exploring. I am Portia sexual, now I'm Sway sexual. I am just very, I'm just very free with myself and exploring different parts of myself.
Yeah.
At this moment.
And you not, because am I still blocked? Let me see. Yep, I'm still blocked. Portia blocking me is hilarious. But again, the whole I'm exploring myself, you've done that because just because you haven't went out on a date with a bitch does not mean you don't know what it's like to be with a woman.
No, I don't mind if you want to call me a lesbian. I don't mind if bisexual is a phrase, but I don't know what comes with that. I'm kind of new with all that. But I'm not offended by it at all.
You're not new to it. You're more honest with it. But eyelashes in my eye. But because you've told us over the years you have had sexual encounters with women, you're just not used to being out in public with one. And because you also like penis, So it's cool that I'm exploring, what I'm doing. You're fucking a lady. That's okay. Portia, and Portia, because, there are people who are, bisexual or lesbian or whatever. Because they say, because people have told me, my gay friends, have told me if I was to be gay, if I was to be in the LGBT community, I would be a pillow princess because I would be a woman who would not want to. I'm not eating no cooch. I'm not gonna do that. And they say those are called pillow princesses, because that means you will lay back and let people do things to you, but you're not eating. I'm not eating no cooch. Okay, I'm not eating no cooch. I just can't. It's not my wheelhouse. Okay, so I am aware that I would be a pillow princess, but I think Portia, you pussy. Portia absolutely eats pussy. Now Portia probably don't put no strap on and fuck no girl. I think Sway is absolutely a dildo carrying book bag full of dicks person. Okay. And that's okay. Like what you like. The only reason I could not be a lesbian or a pillow princess, I love like penis. I mean like a real blood running through the vein of rise up penis. And I know that, lesbians can have, strap-ons and all that stuff. I can't eat a vegan hamburger, bitch. I want the beef. You hear me? I want the beef. Okay. So I think that's my thing why I could not be a lesbian. But if I ever was one, I know I would be a pillow princess. I would. Do whatever to me, but I'm not gonna touch you. I can't. I don't want to do it. I don't want to. I don't want to suck no titties. I don't want to eat no vagina. I don't. Okay, but Portia is a known person who likes women, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think Portia wants to come off as I don't know, you guys. I just like sway. It's like you like pussy, and that's okay. You've been liking pussy, and that's okay. So I'm new to this. I don't know. Portia been eating pussy for years. Okay, so I'm like, yeah, child, look, not eat my pussy, not girl, no. I've heard of touch me nots. I have heard because one of my best friends, who my two guy kids' mom, she's married to a girl, so she's lesbian. And she said, "Girl, you would be you would be a pillow princess." And that's a thing in the world. And I said, "Well, child, I need the veins. Okay, I like seeing a penis rise. I do. I'm just saying. So that's the only reason I know. Even though a lesbian relationship, you can still have all the feelings and all the stuff or whatever. I might, but a dildo don't like it. Does nothing comes out of it. I like seeing that stuff. Yes, a touch me not is a person. I believe. I don't know because I'm straight. But I've been told a touch me not is a person who does not want anyone touching them sexually. They like to give pleasure, but they don't want you touching their vaginas or their titties because they may not be a person who wants to be a man. Like they don't want to have their boobies removed. They don't want to have their vagina changed, whatever. They just don't want anyone to sexually touch them. So, but they are a woman, with a vagina and with boobs, and they like to give pleasure, but they don't want anyone to. And I believe I was told that it's because touching them makes them feel or makes them remember or makes them realize that they have woman parts. So they don't want their partner sexually touching them, to arousal and whatnot. I thought it was what I was told, child. And again, because when my guy kid's mom was, in her lesbian starting point, we would just have a lot of conversations about it because she was saying she was figuring stuff out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I hope Portia. You know what? Portia probably. We shall see. If Portia and Sway are together in a year or two, we can at least say that it survived the beginning stages. Okay. But no, I believe those names are actually offensive. I believe only people in the community uses those terms when they want to. But no, there are, because they're lesbians, they're studs. But pillow princess just means a person who does not want to eat coochie and suck a titty. And I don't even know because my shit like you'll be a pillow person. No, I don't know pillow. What do you mean? And so I know what those two terms mean only. But yeah, Portia to me is trying to come off as I don't know, you guys. I'm not a lesbian. I'm just trying things out. That's what you would say if you've never ate pussy before. Like I could say, I don't know, guys. I've loved dick forever. I've never ate coochie, but I like this girl named Sway. But I've never liked a girl before. Like I've never liked a girl ever. I'm saying, can I see a woman and I say, oh, she's attractive, but I don't want to fuck her? You know what I'm saying? Portia talks as if she's never been in this situation, you know, but in hindsight, she's been in other women's coochies and other women have been her coochie. So you not new to this. You're just finally being true to this. You know, like Niecy Nash. Niecy Nash had never been with a woman, had those 2 ex-husbands, and was friends with her wife Jess. And she said one day Jess was hanging out, and I was like, And I've never, but you know what? That's why they say some women can date a stud, meaning a woman who is masculine, but still, you know, she's a masculine lesbian, a stud. And because that woman who is like a stud has such masculine energy to her, while also being a little bit feminine too, that is why some women be like, oh, I never thought I could like a vagina. But to me, if the stud lesbian has a book bag of dicks and, you know, operates in their masculine energy, I think that's where the attraction comes from. So when these names, like I never looked at her until one day I was like, oh. And they got married and they're happy as we know they're happy right now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but Portia has absolutely been Portia-ing other vaginas. Sway is just the first person she's been with as a female and she's dating. That's it. Okay. But girl.
Do you feel pressure to define your sexuality now that the public might be watching?
No, she don't. I think Portia is happy that she's now in the news as a dating a woman. I think Portia liked the attention. I think Portia liked the conversation surrounding her and Sway as a couple. I think she thinks it's a new thing. You know, if she like it, I love it. Anyway, I wanted to a little bit touch. I don't care about Kelly right now. I want to get into Stormy. So what's left? It's a couple of things left. Y'all know where is it at? Y'all remember Stormy? Coach Stormy. Stormy Wellington. Now look, there is a child. We didn't got conversation about my threesomes, me touching the cooch, threesomes and lesbians. Girl, this is a full. And you know what I appreciate? The true JayBirds who like my after darks is the people who catch my after darks. You gotta catch one you gotta catch it. Okay, anyway. Coach Stormy, who is the social media influencer, who to me always felt like she's scamming y'all. Okay, she's scamming y'all. Okay, she was I can help people make all the money. You know, she sold that flat tummy tea stuff back in the day. I can make y'all be rich. To me, it always gave the pyramid scheme. Okay, pyramid scheme, meaning this is how I look at what she do. I can make y'all be rich. Pay me $10,000 and I can show y'all how I make money. I'm a YouTuber. Pay me $5,000 and I can tell y'all how to grow out. It's like, no one can help you make money like that because they make money. Because how they make money and how they do it may not work for you. Now, you can also tell someone, hey, I can tell you the rules and I can tell you how to start a YouTube channel, the best way to try to build an audience for YouTube channel. However, the money you make will be based on you. I can't guarantee you're going to get a following. I can't guarantee you're going to make any amount of money. However, I can give you the tools to try to make money in this industry. When I see other YouTubers who say, oh, I can teach you how to blah, blah, you can't. You can't. Because if that was true, everyone would be a multi-dollar YouTuber. It's really no rhyme or reason. So Sterling was having people think, was telling people, I can help you become rich. Okay? I can, if I'm gonna recruit you in, okay, you're gonna make millions. Okay? You can make 5, 6, 7 figures. Just pay me this. I've already helped 1,000 families make $1 million. I can help you too. Yeah, pay me. And so the Federal Trade Commission is saying she's lying. Okay. Records show 76% of the people who work for her did not make no money, meaning she told them, hey, pay me so I can tell you or help you make money. But they're not making, you're making the money because they're paying you. There's a difference in saying, hey, I can show you the game. You have to think I'll make the money. But I can't guarantee you if you pay me $5,000 for the blueprints to build a house, I can't guarantee you can build a house. I can only give you the plans to build it. And so I'm not surprised that they filed a lawsuit against her because she's been, I'm not gonna call her a scammer. I will say she was selling pipe dreams, the whole low vibrational plates, and I can no. Okay. So the Federal Trade Commission says that the claims of her saying I can help people make millions. I've helped thousands of families do that. They say that shit ain't true. Okay, the actual numbers and the income from the companies that you work with people on don't add up. Okay, again, 70% of the people made no money. Made no money. And you can only fault the people who believed her and paid her. You telling folks I can pay you, you can pay me, and now you can make $5,000 a day. That's not true. Because if it was that simple, everyone would do it. Even with Melody Sharif from Love Marriage Huntsville. She teaches classes on how to do property preservation. I can give you the tools to work, but you have to go and do the job. Mel isn't charging folks $2,000 to guarantee them income. She's saying, hey, I can tell you how to do it. You have to then go do it. I can tell you how to get bids, how to place bids, how to look for clients, but you have to go do the work. And I think with Mel doing that, people have shown, well, yeah, I did take Mel class. I did spend $2,000 on her class. And then I did get a job doing property preservation because she just told them, I can't guarantee you will make money, but I can teach you the job. Go do it, bitch. Stormy made it seem as if this I can work with me, pay me, and watch how much money you make. And all that happened was she got rich. So, yeah, stop letting me fool y'all. Okay. Now she then went and got a Jesus background song to play. Jesus start playing.
When you're on the brink of greatness, the enemy will try to steal, kill, and destroy your confidence, your focus, and to try to distract you.
Anytime people put a backing track with church music or go to heavy music, they lying.
But your responsibility is to stay focused at all costs. No matter what tries to come your way, when you know who you are and whose you are, you don't let little things throw you off your A game.
Don't let the feds who are investigating me distract y'all from paying me to work with me. Okay? Even though all they're saying is we are cracking down on recruiters who mislead people into thinking you can absolutely make money, and you can't.
When you're on the brink of greatness, the enemy will try to steal, kill, and destroy your confidence, your little things. And so just remember to stay focused no matter what adversity comes your way, no matter who tries to come up against you. Know that you are a child of God. And as a child of God, you got to know that no weapon formed against you shall be able to prosper. So what the weapons form, you don't allow them to prosper.
Is you scamming? Are you scamming right
now? Little things. And so just remember to stay focused no matter what adversity comes your way, no matter who tries to come up against you. Know that you are a child of God. And so have a good night, everybody. And just know that no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
The feds can't stop me. This in 2023, about 76% of active sellers at Total Life Changes earn nothing, while less than 1% of the pharmacy participants earn six-figure incomes. Less than 1%. Again, less than 1%. Yeah, Funky was discussing earlier, and because he was selling that tea like when it first came out with her. So she didn't even make him rich, and he had a huge following. Now, also her daughter. Okay, now I don't know what because I haven't heard it yet, child. Well, this is her daughter defending her mama.
She scammed me too. I didn't ask to be here. I didn't ask her to push me out and bring me into this world where I gotta pay bills. God, they got us down here paying for water, God. God, they got us down here paying for electricity. God, they got us paying for food that grow on trees. So she scammed me too by bringing me into this world that I didn't ask to come into. But you know what else she scammed me into? She scammed me into believing in myself. She scammed me into seeing like, wow, if my mama could do it, if this black woman that had, she was a teenage mother, she was a stripper, she, the whole story that some people have. If my mama been through that and she can make millions, multi-millions, and help other people do it too, that might be trying to give her their ass to kiss now. But let's not forget, she helped you put food on the table for your family. But if she could do that, it was like, wow, I can do it too. My mom scammed me into believing, wow, I don't have to be a rapper or an actress to make money. I could be an entrepreneur. So tell me how she scammed you, because that's how she scammed me.
You know how they say if you helped people do this, that, or the other, that there are people you help make be rich. Where are their stories? Okay, if you really helped people become rich, why aren't they speaking up for you? Most times folks say, oh, she helped me. I'm making thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands or millions. But when you're only witness is your daughter, girl, she birthed you. And again, you're supposed to support your parent, but your parent is a scammer, allegedly. Your mom is telling people, I can make you rich, I can help you be rich, and no one, when less than 1% of the people working for you have any success, that's proof that your word of helping people be rich is a lie. Now, is she scamming people in the way of she is, tricking them? I mean, it's tricky, okay? However, she's absolutely misleading people who are gullible enough to think, if I pay her this amount of money, I can make more money. And then they're just out of their money. When folks say, I'm an entrepreneur, but doing what? Doing what? What do y'all do? But again, if no one pays her, she won't be able to do whatever. So if everyone stops paying her, we will see what happens. Child, don't y'all get scammed out here and be paying folks money to get to do stuff and you ain't got any child, don't do it. Chris Brown and Usher. Again, the R&B tour dates have been released, okay? It's gonna be stadium tour dates, okay? They start June 26th in Denver, Colorado, and they're going all the way to December. Damn, from June to December? A 6-month tour? Let's see, Denver, Minneapolis, there'll be Detroit, they'll be in Detroit twice. Cleveland, Washington, Charlotte, South St. Louis, Nashville, Birmingham, Syracuse, East Rutherford. Oh, they're not even gonna be in New York, they're gonna be in Syracuse. Toronto, Boston, Chicago, San Fran, Vegas, Dallas, LA, Glendale, Arizona, El Paso, Texas, San Antonio, Houston, Atlanta, New Orleans, Miami, and Tampa. So y'all going to the Raymond and Brown tour? Y'all getting y'all tickets to the tour? Child, they finna get paid. Look, people, child, they finna get paid. Y'all need to get paid. Now y'all know I ain't going. Okay. However, the tour gonna sell out. I'm gonna watch on TikTok. I'm gonna watch on TikTok. Now I'm wondering, and let me see. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Now, the crazy part is, it almost feels like they don't have that many days. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So about 33 dates. If you touring from June to December and about 30 dates, I guess that's a good thing. What happens is if you have less dates, it forces people to come to different locations. You have to travel less. I feel like once a date fills up, they'll probably add a second show because they already have 2 shows in Detroit, 2 in Washington, 2 in East Rutherford, New Jersey, 2 in Toronto, 2 in Vegas, 2 in LA, 2 in Georgia. So I feel like maybe in some cities they'll see if the date fills up and then add a second day. Maybe. Okay. But again, those are dates and the tickets will be on sale soon. Child, it's gonna be a mess, bitch. It's gonna be a mess, bitch. Nia Long. The reason I added Nia, child, Nia was like, bitch, I am dating now. Okay. Nia Long was talking to Playboy. Nia, you talking to Playboy? Girl, what you doing? Girl, what child is late. Oh Lord Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna do 5 to 10 more minutes and that's it. Cause what's left? Girl, all that threesome talking got us covered up. We did that. Okay, yeah, we almost done. I'm tired. Nia Long, interview with Playboy. Okay. She's like, look, I'm not dating. Okay, I don't like dating work. Okay, I'm trying to chill out. Okay, I can't answer the question if I'm dating or whatever. Dating requires me to go out and do something. I do think that if you're looking for a partner, you have to be actively out there in order to meet. But I'm not in that space right now. I'm really focused on my kids, my work, and my girlfriends. Because she was in that long relationship, he cheated. All that shit. I think she's probably not ready to be in a whole relationship right now. Okay. She said, I like to get up and do what I want to do when I want to do it. It's not that I don't want to have a partner, but I was in a relationship for a long time. And I'm enjoying getting to know myself without feeling like the need to be of service to someone else. And sometimes that's the thing. You don't want to have to be there for someone else. Okay, I want to do for me, and that's it. But sometimes you want to date. Okay. She also said, when I date, I end up staying with a person. She's never had a situationship before. Okay. It's intense, it's quick, it's fun, and that's it. That's then it's wait, and then it's over. The trick is to make sure they go when you want them to go. She said, I don't want to be left. That's annoying. Also, the biggest thing about dating, people talk too much. I need them to shut up. If I'm going to have a one night stand, I think I should have them do an NDA. Nia, anyone you bang, please have them sign an NDA. Okay. I feel like I'm happy y'all is happy with me. I got 3 hours out of me. I got 3 hours. But again, Nia admitting that, I have to have people sign an NDA because they're gonna no one wants anyone discussing their sex life. It's my business, okay? You should absolutely make them sign an NDA. There are a lot of people that I would be down to have a little fun with, not a lot, but some. Who you want to fuck me in? The new way of dating is so I don't even understand what's happening. First of all, if I text you and you take the day, I'm never talking to you again. Yeah, I like consistent communication. You know what I'm saying? I like, let's, what I'm saying, like what's going on. Like if I text you, like unless it's an emergency, you should respond to me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it when people are non-responsive. That's an aggravation to me. Because I say what I said. Not respond. Okay, respond, bitch. Okay. There seems to be an uptick in women enjoying the company of younger men. And I'm a big fan of this. I love it. And again, Nia is in probably her 50s. And like, what's younger? Nia Long should be able to date upper 20s, maybe 30s. Okay. But Nia, no one younger than 26. Okay. Don't do that. Again, because she's older, her dating younger is cool. Okay. It's cool. It's not that I like attention. I like intention. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm thinking of you and I'm saying something to you, you should be thinking to reply to me back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want attention, but I like the intention of reciprocation. Like, I'm not going to ignore or not respond to someone's text purposefully. Before I go to bed, I'm going to respond to whatever was said to me within that day. And I think that's what I like the most. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You want to feel appreciated. You want to feel like the intention is to let the person know that, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking about you. And there's no need, like and I don't mean like in a label way, like, oh, my girlfriend and I don't mean that. I mean, there doesn't need to be a title of stuff to let people know, hey, you matter. You sent me this or whatever, let me reply. You know what I'm saying? It's really that simple. Because if I'm saying, hey, what's up? What you doing? And you're not replying, oh, well, fuck you. No coochie for you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, I don't like saying I like attention, but to me, I like the intention of me knowing that you're thinking about me in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And that is reciprocated. because I'm going to also let you know I'm thinking about you too. Okay. But yeah, I like Nia Long being like, I was in a long-term relationship and I am not ready to be in a new relationship. I might want to have some one night stands. I might want to have little, you know, little young Tinder in my life because again, she's a woman of a certain age. She's, you know, she has kids, and she made this want that freedom to like this frolic. This is a frolic, okay? And I love that for her. And I like Nia Long. I think it's great. I think it's great. Okay. Also, oh, there's an Offset and then who else? And then Drew. Let's do Offset. Child, Offset's shooting is a fucking FBI investigation. I said, you idiots. Then got the FBI involved. Not only that, the footage from the shooting showing the car they're in, showing dude who popped him. You know, it's so dumb that people do stuff and think no one's watching. You're at a fucking casino in Florida. Why would you do some dumb shit at the casino in Florida? Okay, now the FBI is aware your dumb ass popped Offset. Okay, and so they're investigating it now. They also have a person of interest. Okay, they've released images of the suspects. Okay, and the worst thing I would ever want to happen to me is I'm sitting around, okay, minding my business, and oh Lord Jesus, girl, that's Pookie in there. You see Pookie right out here on the news, girl. Pookie and them, they didn't shot Offset. You see your people on the damn FBI list because they didn't do a crime in Florida at a casino. Y'all is dumb. Y'all is stupid. I said, now why would y'all do that? Now we thought that they were looking at, hold on.
After rapper Offset was shot at the Hard Rock Casino last week.
The FBI has just released some critical clues moments ago in this case. Local 10's Caroline Coles is in the newsroom with some new photos.
Yeah, we're learning some new information. The FBI Miami team have just released new details and photos on the suspects and the shooting of the Migos rapper. Let's take a look at the pictures we're getting. Agents say a big group of people assaulted Offset when one of the suspects pulled out a gun and shot him. You can actually see two of the suspects in the photos right here on your screen.
You around here and your ass popped up on the FBI list.
In this particular photo, you can see the confrontation agents say led up to the shooting. And here's a closer look at the moments leading up. Agents say after one of the suspects opened fire, they tried to remove his watch, but did not end up taking it. Officials say the suspects took off in two Chevrolet SUVs. One of them is a gray Chevy Tahoe. And here's a look at both SUVs.
Clear cut pictures of you fools and y'all. Now this child, girl, so you know whoever did it gonna get caught because the FBI said, "Oh, we want to know who did it." Wanted the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Y'all stop gambling, okay? Go to church, okay? Go to daycare. Be daycare worker. I don't know, but don't be out there gambling, okay? Don't be out there playing with their money, and do not shoot anyone at a fucking casino. Why? Because there's cameras everywhere. Someone's gonna see you. Lastly, Ralph and Drew. Okay, so we discussed that Drew was told by the court, the judge, "Hey, you got to move out by May 31st." Okay. And until then, you have to pay half the bills in the house you share with Ralph. Ralph was also getting physical custody of the two younger children. Okay. Drew said, Judge, I could be homeless. Okay. If I have to leave the house, me and my son, my oldest son, I could be homeless, Judge. I don't have the money. Now, when this came out, I first said, I don't have the money. I said, bitch, you know the money. What do you mean? Okay. This is the thing. Being on Atlanta Housewives cost. Okay. I did not know how much Drew made, but I said, why did she say she don't have the money to move? Now, this is the thing. Moving costs money. Packing costs money. You know, last month rent, deposits, if you're going to buy a house or whatever. I still feel like when they first were going to divorce, they both should have been looking for a place to move. I said Drew should have gotten a 4-bedroom something rental. You don't have to buy a house. Rent a 4-bedroom something. Okay. Because you got 3 kids plus you. Ralph should have done the same. They should have sold that house and both moved somewhere else. Because Drew can't afford that house on her own. However, after she said, you know, I can't afford to move right now. I don't have the resources to move this fast. Maybe she need till July. I don't know. I can't move next month. I get that. Okay. Then the court paperwork come out because Drew said before, I can't afford to move. Plus, Ralph make at least 3 times what I make. Bitch, the divorce paperwork show Ralph makes $71,000 a month because he works like in tech or whatever. Ralph makes $71,000 a month in the fucking basement. Drew makes $12,000 a month. Now, folk like, oh my God, Drew broke, she ain't the money. I also need folk to get Drew's housewives income and probably Drew's money when she does movies. That's not monthly income. Okay. A housewife, I believe, pays a lump sum like during filming or whatever. They're not paid monthly. Remember, Todd and Candy income came out, and they said Todd and Candy both made like what $22,000 a month, which to me means when they put up your monthly income, that means whatever you have a recurring payment from something. Because y'all can't tell me Candy only make $22,000 a month. So I said that means her regular monthly stuff that she gets is $12K. Drew's making more money than that. It's just not a monthly amount that she makes. Okay. Aside from that, Ralph making damn near $80K a month. Why the fuck is Drew paying anything? That shows you how much of an asshole Ralph is because you know you make more than her a month. You know this. Why is Drew paying half the house bills? Why? If you're making $72,000 a month, Ralph, what kind of man allows the process to happen? Why is he even allowing? And I'm using the word allow, loosely. Why is he even wanting her to share the bills if he's making $71,000 a month? Not only that, why wouldn't he move out and they sell the fucking house? Because truthfully, Drew can't afford the house on her own. She can't. But them requiring Drew to still pay half the fucking bills when monthly on paper, right here, he makes more than her a month. He makes 6 times what she makes a month. 6 times what she makes a month. Drew also said they had agreed to have joint custody, but Ralph changed it in court and accused her of the kids not having, going to school or whatever. To me, Ralph is fucking with Drew. And it's Drew's fault. Drew should have never tried to stay in the house because you see how vindictive he is. Any man that's making 6 times as much as his wife and they're going through divorce and you are knowingly staying in the fucking basement of the house and you know she don't make enough money monthly to match what you make monthly. Ralph bought this house, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, knowing how much it would cost because he knew how much he made. Ralph, that house was probably bought based on Ralph's income. So the fact that he knows, and again, there's nothing wrong with Ralph being the breadwinner. There's nothing wrong with Ralph being the breadwinner for the family. The issue I have is the fact that people are now clowning Drew because of how much she makes monthly. When the issue to me is why the fuck ain't he helping more? Oh, it's thunderstorming. I'm like, the fuck is that? It's thunderstorm. That's what aggravates me. So is Drew at fault for not, being smarter? I'm about to go out. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Is Drew at fault for, not even at fault, but is Drew not smart for being better prepared? Yes. Drew, get that man the house. Give him the house. Say, hey, Judge, give me if the kids start school in August, give me till August to find me somewhere to live. But also, can Ralph agree to pay the bills? Then I'll leave the house. I think that's fair. Give him the house. Ask the judge, hey, give me till August. Give me until the kids go to school. I'll leave the house. But can I not pay bills? Ralph should be okay for paying the bills until then. Bitch, you're making $80,000 a month. And all the time, Ralph ain't said shit. You wanna know why? Because all of the accusations make Drew look broke, make Drew look like she don't know what she wants in life. Drew's a bad mom. So he looks great in all of this. Even though to me, any man who makes 6 times what his wife makes, he's always came off as, I'm the breadwinner, I support the family, but now you want Drew to pay half the bills and she got to move out. And you had kids. So I'm not on that hate Drew train, and I don't find any comfort in any of this shit because it all made Drew look horrible. When in hindsight, any grown ass man who wanted a peach and is making more money and wants the wife to pay half the bills in the house, it showed Ralph as a bitch. To me. Ralph and Drew's marriage has always came off as Ralph is the head, he's the payer, he has this job and tech and blah 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 blah. He makes more money, and it's fine if he does, but it's like, why allow him to make her look like, the dumb parent, the dumb one? I mean, it is dumb. I would have been said, you can have this fucking house. I ain't paying no bills. You make $80,000 a month. And even if I have big rival checks and Drew has to work still to make money. But even if I love this house, I'm not willing to humble myself to get to this point just to win. And I think that's where Drew lost, is she thought eventually things would work in her favor because he does make more money. And that just hasn't happened. And because she has to work, because she makes less money than him, when she's busy working, now she's a bad mom. But he at home working in the basement doing IT, and she's having to travel to work. So I'm not on this Drew is a bad mom train and she's broke. She isn't. She isn't. But she's like any other parent in a fucked up marriage with an asshole husband who's trying to make her suffer. Because Rob could easily say, hey, I'll put a payment down for you and the kids to live somewhere. But again, she's still the mother of your kids. So I can't stand Ralph. Ralph's an asshole. Oh, asshole. Anyway, we shall see what else happens with them. However, y'all, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how I allowed y'all to get me all in the conversation stuff, child. Lord Jesus, how we get here? How did we get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. I've done this life shit for the last time. My heart says no. Nobody. Not for 3 fucking hours. Anyway, y'all, look, a good time was had by all. What? Y'all make sure to like the video, okay? Y'all make sure to subscribe, okay? Child, I can guarantee y'all, I will probably not be live on Wednesday. I'm gonna probably get off work and be tired. Now, if something happen, if I'm gonna be live, y'all will see it. It'll be posted already. But because it is 1 o'clock in the morning, I am dog ass tired. Okay, I am exhausted. Thank you for the super sticker, Keisha. Thank you. I am tired. Right, see me Thursday. Unless something happens and we can have a quick conversation, I'll see y'all on Thursday. Like the video, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Thank y'all for being here. 3 hours and 37 minutes. I have to go. I love y'all. Bye.